thank you for joining us here on the Gulf Coast Sports Network. We're live at Springstead High School in Spring Hill, Florida to bring you full coverage of the 2021 North Suncoast Media Day for high school football. Tonight's event will feature teams from all over Citrus, Hernando, and Pasco counties. We'd like to thank Andy Villamarzo for coordinating this event, as well as acknowledge the sponsor for tonight, Glory Days Grill on Cortez in Brooksville, Florida. If you dine in or decide to take out, you'll always eat like a champion at Glory Days. To our viewers tonight, if you've not already done so, please confirm you're on the correct stream, as we will be providing simultaneous coverage from 2 different media tables. The team's listings for each stream can be found in the link description. And now we turn it over to Andy Villamarzo.
All right, thanks everybody for coming out to this Suncoast Media Day here. Guys, first thing, I want to thank everybody for coming out here today. Springstead High School. I want to thank Dustin, the athletic director here, for putting this all together. It was something we started talking about, I think about a month ago, and how quickly this really came together with the schools, bringing the guys here and you guys coaches. I know you guys have to deal with your day-to-day basis with training and practices, teaching and everything. So I appreciate you guys coming out Friday night. I know a couple weeks it'll be Friday night this time, kicking off. So why not start at 7 p.m. For a media day. So I'm going to pass it over to Justin real quick.
Thanks, Andy. Appreciate it, and thank you for kind of tag teaming this with me, and thanks to Coach Manco, Coach Smith. I think put the bug in your ear and got things rolling. So really want to shout out Glory Days as well. They got some Strumper lesson food in the lobby there for everybody. They're always great for us. They're always one of our biggest community sponsors. I also want to thank Christian Church in Wildwood. They supplied us with these for free. I was like, hey, you got some? Like, yeah, can I use them? Yeah, great. So really appreciate them. And then thanks to all the rest that is here today. Hopefully we can do this at the end. Let us know what's good, what's bad, and we'll refine it right for next year. But thank you all for being here, and I know there's more to come. Super excited for this event and see where this goes. Maybe we trickle into other sports too. So thank you all, and let's get things rolling.
All right, first three teams we got is Springstead and Fivay. We'll start off with the questions here. Anyone have any opening remarks or any questions that you have for Springstead and Fivay? I'll go ahead. And Mike's right up there. Ty, I remember your brother playing at Ridgewood High School here. Talk about what your role is going to be for this upcoming season, and playing behind those couple brothers. What have they said to you about having an increased role?
What I want to do is, I want to play a big role in part of my team, and I want to try different things. Probably be better than my brothers. Try to get to the records and their standards and everything else.
For Springstead, Coach Orfano, let's talk about this season. Last year, you guys won a couple games, but obviously that's something I know you guys want to improve on is in the win column. What are you guys looking to improve upon offensively and defensively heading into this season?
I feel like defensively we played good football last year. We just couldn't hold on to the ball offensively, and if you don't hold on to the ball and lose the turnover out of each game, you're not going to win many games. So we got to get back to Springstead football, hold on to football, take care of the ball, moving the chains and finishing drives. And defensively, just getting after it, playing fast, playing physical, playing hard.
Those with the Pasco County football upset, question for Fivay. Coach Sally Bear, I believe it is.
It's Coach Bear.
You gotta turn it up.
Coach.
So we entered into a new era for Fivay this year. Gone is their check. We don't know how much you're going. Very interesting season. Fortunately, the playoff games, your team short. So you still very in 6A, but it's a very new district, it's a little wide open, but it is for the 1 year.
Surely, we're going to try to build on the success of the past, but also look to the future. We are going to be young this year, but it's a good group of young players. We have a lot of good skill players, and some linemen returning. And these guys here are a perfect example of that. Nick has shown up every day since he's been a freshman. Same as Lupu and Ty's constantly having the guidance of his brothers, and being a great teammate and focusing on building on the past, and continuing to build the tradition of Fivay.
I feel like strength will be in our backfield. We have a pretty loaded backfield. We have a quarterback that's really taking the leadership role in Hayden Ferguson, and he takes care of the ball, he takes care of the huddle, and just makes sure we're in the right checks and the right reads. And we've really asked him to step up and do a lot more this year than we did last year. We had a little mix at quarterback last year. He had some reps, but we fully turned it over to him this year. Guys like, having guys like Cross in the backfield really help. Having a 4-year guy that, works hard and never misses a day, along with, several other guys that are up and coming. So I think the strength lies in the backfield. Starts out with the quarterback and the running backs.
How you doing, guys? Dave Walker, Zephyrhills Press. And what I'm looking at here this year, you guys put on a bizarre season last year for our preparation for COVID. Now that we are back to normal, what is the approach you're going to take this year compared to last year compared to this season? Go ahead.
It's almost not all the way back to we've had 4 guys so far out with COVID, like this season. So last year, like you said, was bizarre because we had to quarantine our whole team for the first 2 weeks. So we had to miss our first 2 games and then come back like midweek the next week, and it just didn't work well for us. We didn't have the full spring, we didn't have the full summer, and we do a lot of things in the off season. We do a lot of complex things offensively that requires us a lot of time, and we didn't have any of that last year. Now, like you said, it kind of got back to normal in the spring, so we had a full spring, we've got a full summer, and you'll see things like click offensively, for us way better, this year than it did last, just because of timing,
Yeah, same for us. I mean, we missed our playoff game last year because of COVID, and it did feel like it was getting back to normal, but it looks like we're facing a lot of similar challenges. So luckily we have a year of experience how to deal with that, and really all we can do is control what we can control, and make sure all the guys are getting experience so it's next guy up, and everybody's ready, and that's all we can do day to day. So that's all we're focusing on.
Question for Sprints and Cross. Who's the team you guys are looking forward to seeing the most?
Always Major Coast is a good competition, and Hernando, because that is the longest or oldest, rivalry in the Hernando County area. So Major Coast and Hernando, definitely Vanguard. I feel like Vanguard is going to be a very good opponent, very good competition. But I'm just excited to have a 10-game season.
Question for Jordan. Let's talk about the district and then Vanguard, obviously, Pasco, what do you think would be different? Last year's, you guys played in golf coach game, now you guys can venture off outside of the Cypress Creek area. I think make it different for you guys this season compared to last.
Yeah, obviously, like Coach G already said, we were able to have a full spring, and then I think now we're really just trying to perfect everything instead of last year. We didn't really have that time, and that was tough adversity to face. So that's what going to be a big difference for us.
For Fivay, Nicholas, let's talk about Coach Wachee, he entered his first season as the head head coach Haynes, defense coordinator last year. Just talk about what do you feel is different under than Coach Churchill?
Well, I feel like we do a lot more stuff, and I feel like more technically sound with him. I feel like we do have bigger leadership with Coach Wattell, and I feel like he also encourages a lot of the younger players. So I feel like obviously we are a young team, so just getting that young experience for them to build on the future once all the seniors and stuff leave is just really good, and I feel like he just does that really good.
Davian, question for Davian. Let's talk about you guys are also, I mean, everybody's from the community district, you guys are Bridge, countryside, something like, I mean, talk about the district you guys are in. Do you look at the district being, tougher than it was maybe a couple years ago than you guys were?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, we're versing very tough people and very skilled people. They know what they're doing. They're good teams, but I believe in my team, and I believe the potential that we have. Every day I walk in, I see these young kids, but I know that they got potential. I tell the smallest kid, hey, tighten up. You're the future of this program, and that's how we roll like that.
I have a question for Fivay. Any of the players, you guys put together back-to-back seasons for the, only the second time in school history. It's obviously an exciting time to be a Fivay developer right now. What's your excitement to try and push towards something that has never been done in school history, back-to-back winning seasons?
Obviously, it's a great accomplishment winning back-to-back seasons. And, like I said, we do have a young team and stuff. And obviously going up a district or like facing new opponents in the district is going to be challenging. But, I believe in our team. I think we can go back-to-back for the third time. So I think, that is a real possibility with our team.
Yeah, we've been, really good friends for a long time. I was his defensive coordinator for 10 years before I took over as the head coach. And he brings a lot of leadership, he brings a lot of discipline, he brings a lot of knowledge. And I lean on him for a lot, in this offseason and in the spring. He's gonna be taking over the offensive play calling duties for us this year. And I really like the scheme he has installed and just the way he's running things and attacking things. It's very organized, very detailed, very disciplined, and it's just nice having him around. Really, with all our coaches, we have over 100 years of experience on our staff. So, I feel like it's one of the better coaching staffs around. I really like the guys that work hard, and for us, you guys know very little money, so they really do it for the kids because they love it.
Thank you guys. That is it for the questions. If anybody has any questions for the players and might have one-on-ones, we do have a section in the back, with backdrop if they want to speak more. Okay, we got Kansas and Cypress Creek up next. And if anybody's hungry, food from Gordy's is available in the lobby area.
Put one of your helmet angles. Huh? Put your helmet angle
Should I put a ball up there?
I'll show number.
Should I put a ball up there?
Put yours the other way. Put yours on the bigger side. They're that way, yeah.
Should I put a ball up there or no?
Yeah, you can put a ball up too.
I just put it on the floor behind you or something. Just put it behind you. So are we talking to this or talking to that? I would just leave it on so we can just pick it up and talk. So they're like clicking it on and off. Oh man. What?
The wireless one.
The wireless.
It's loud. Keep speaking of this thing.
This dude wanted like
Like corn on the cob.
Yeah, dude. Looks like he's about to brush his teeth.
Corn on the cob. Things like that. Dang it.
Man, I hope they ask about the camps and stuff. Off the first two groups.
Maybe even darker gray.
Wait, you know?
Huh?
I did.
No, I'm
What about Patty Trap question?
$60.
Coach answered. He answered good.
Who is stumping their legs? Dylan.
Oh, my bad, bro. I got like one.
Dylan stumping his legs,
Yeah.
shaking the whole floor.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't be a coach or anything.
First one, nice to meet you guys. I'll start with the good shot. You guys come off one of the better years of Tampa history. How are you trying to continue on?
I feel like we will have a good season this season. In the past years, I felt like we kind of felt like the doormat. You know what I'm saying? Some years, last year we kind of put it together, and I think with the seniors that graduated, I think they have a pretty good legacy. I think these guys towards it doing a pretty good job. Work hard this summer.
How are you going to fill up some of those holes the seniors left behind?
I'm sorry, was it?
How are you going to fill the holes the seniors left behind?
I just feel like they trust the process. You know, I'm very sincere. You know, without my expectation, and I just feel like I feel like they bought in, and I feel like they worked hard, and they've proven that we proved last year that we can win, and I feel like it's easier for this year these seniors, these players to like.
And after last year, your first year, you didn't have a regular off-season. Now you had that. What's the benefit of that?
The benefit is I was able to get in the weight room and kind of prepare like I wanted to. My background is weight room. School I come from, we got after pretty good, and I felt like that was where the value began. It began in the weight room, and I felt like all the stuff we did on the field, like the footwork, all that's going to translate to this season. So I feel like it's what we did for us this year.
Questions for Omen?
Yes, sir.
Talk about this upcoming season. Last year, you guys were 3-7, but you had a terrific season going for over 1,200, 13 touchdowns, just 3 interceptions. All over social media, people have been raving about your, off-season. Just talk about preparation that you put in for this season, and just, obviously college interest is starting.
I think that last season we grew a lot individually, and over the off-season we were able to grow more as a team, working on timing with all of our receivers, tight ends, everything, looking into a new playbook. So just being able to take that next step and grow as a team, not so much individually.
You guys are first game. It's against the Estero, the team out of Estero, from what I see.
Estero?
No, it's.
Benita Springs?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay, I mean, talk about for Coach Johnson, side.
Yeah, first I just want to thank you and Springstead High School for hosting this. I think this is awesome for these young men. And I'll get to the question. Yeah, we picked up Benita Springs, and I think it's an awesome matchup. They're a 5A team, just like us, going into year 5. And had a great conversation with their coach, and I think it's just going to be a great matchup to kind of see where both teams are at. I mean, we really don't know much about them, and I'm sure they don't know much about us, but it'll be neat to see someone come from so far away and be an uncommon opponent. I think it'll be a fun night at Cypress Creek.
Talk about question for you again. Talk about the offense. I mean, obviously, Owen is starting quarterback. Talk about the guys around him. Just, I mean, how this offense. It seems like it's going to be a high-powered offense for the guys this season.
Yeah, I mean, we're senior heavy on the offense. Outside of the junior tight end, Dylan Lally, but he's loaded with weapons on the outside. We got a really deep backfield. He's going to have a lot of options, and I think, again, diving into a new playbook over the summer, and just like about everybody else has said, I mean, it takes time to put that in. And these guys put a lot of time in the offseason, and like Owen said, it was they got better as a team this summer, I thought, and the cohesiveness and the consistency has definitely shown in the first 5 days of practice.
Again, Coach Johnson, you're going to year 5 with Cypress Creek now, school's been open. Last year, you guys had a pleasant start in Nellis County, beat Nellis County team on their turf, and then things started going out there on their football opportunity. This year, your team has a new challenge. They're going to be competing for the first time for an actual district title. What are some of the expectations that you and your kids have already as the season goes?
Yeah, I think last season was kind of unfortunate for a lot of teams. With the COVID, losing players from week to week, or even losing games and having to pick up teams, and that factor. And we just never really got it all together. And I believe the off-season is going to help us prepare for that going into this season. And yes, we are ready to move up to a 5A, and we're competing for the first time for a district championship. And there's a ton of great, talented teams in our district, and I think we're up for the challenge. Zephyrhills, Nature Coast, Wesley Chapel, Weeki Wachee, Hudson are great coach teams. And I think these boys look forward to the challenge.
Here's a quick question for Dylan. Who are you guys looking forward to play out of this year? I know you guys got backyard guys that are behind you, Zephyrhills, and some of these other teams. Who are you really looking forward to go side by side?
I think the game we're looking forward to play the most is against Wesley Chapel High School. We know a lot of their players. They know a lot of our players, and it's been a fun rivalry since the school's been open. So I think both schools are great competition for each other, and it's going to be one heck of a game.
You guys are all seniors. Through the early struggle that first few years, you had a taste of success last year. How hungry are you to get more of that this year?
We're pretty hungry out for it because we finally are starting to taste a little bit of the winning. So now it even makes us more hungry because our first 2 years were really crappy years, and we just want to get out of here.
And you talk about, too, what we have in normal all season, how that's helped you guys?
I think it's helped us a lot because, as you said, a lot of our seniors have went away. So now the juniors coming up and the seniors have to step up. And a lot of our younger guys, they're really not younger guys. They act just like seniors and have the leadership just like seniors. So bring all the team together and just work together on offseason.
And is there, do you guys feel like you know, have some improved this year? You had some seniors coming up, strength are coming last year. Do you feel like that will improve the keep design, build the legacy of Canto?
Yeah, we definitely have stuff to prove because everyone's probably thinking, they have these transfers as learners while they're good. But we want to prove to everyone else that we're good without them and with the people that we got.
And just one for Coach Chop too. Can you talk about the new district?
Yes, we got Vanguard for the weekend for us, Springstead for us. We're excited, we're excited with the district, and we feel like we'll be very competitive, and we're just looking forward to the competition.
And you guys are up in classification with the other city county teams. How much stuff does that make for you guys?
I'm sorry.
Being up in classification with the other city county teams, how much stuff does that make for you guys?
I mean, it's, I know we got a higher classification than the two schools from county, but, I feel like those schools, they're very good schools, but I feel like we'll be very competitive within the school.
Cypress Creek, Denier. You're the top receiver returning back from last season. Just talk about playing with Owen here. I mean, how does it make you better as a receiver, and how do you feel just getting involved when you got it?
He's a great leader. He taught me a lot how to run my routes and when to turn my head, and a lot really to make it a better connection between us.
Do you want the quarterbacks that Joey's messaging you today, still throw routes, still run, still?
Yes, sir.
And talk about, just doing those kind of workouts throughout the offseason. Do you feel like those kind of things that, build that connection that will generate a 2021 season?
We live close to each other, so in the neighborhood, we'll have a quick workout and throw routes and stuff like that. Sometimes we can live with cones and everything, so everything really.
All right, and this one's for Wally. You guys were the third Wesley Chapel team. Obviously, Wesley Chapel being in the Wiregrass Ranch, and now you guys. Can you talk about you guys being that third team? Do you guys feel like you get over Chapel like that at any time, or do you like sharing spotlight with them per se? Such a growing Pasco County town.
Yeah, I think Pasco has grown a lot in the past years, and all the schools that we've played against are very talented. And I think we are a very talented, up-and-coming team. We're looking to win a lot more games, and I think the schools around us are a great competition to play. So I'm very excited to see what this year holds for us.
This question for Luke. I remember, I think you missed a lot of time last year with Fivay, right? You had a little bit of a breakout year before that, so how much are you looking forward to getting back on the field and playing the full season this year?
I'm looking forward to it. But I've had a little bit of a position change. I'm not running back anymore. I'm switching over to quarterback, and I'm looking to try to play some defense too.
How do you make that transition to quarterback? How do you make the transition to quarterback?
Well, it's a new offense, so the whole team's learning the offense, I'm learning as well, and I feel like it's going along well.
What is the new offense about this offense? What makes it different from last year? What makes this offense different from last year?
Well, we switched up our formations, a lot of different plays. We aren't doing things the same as we did last year.
How much experience have you had at quarterback in the past?
Well, I played a little bit of my freshman year, and I got switched my sophomore year. So I've had about a year or two.
And are you over a run quarterback, or have you guys opened up a little bit?
Our offense really isn't mainly a passing offense, but if I can throw, we can throw.
And Coach, talk to us a little bit about what the the offense brings to the table?
Yeah, say a little bit different than last year. Last year we were pass first and we ran second. We're going to focus on really getting after, lock down, kick out, just the basic football. We're going to get back to the fundamentals, and I feel like they're very receptive to the new offense.
It's more the same as the defense you've had, over the years.
Yeah, defense pretty much the same. We added a couple of things, it's got to keep people on their toes, but it's still the defense I've used, in the past.
Any of the players you want to talk about the defenses this year?
Our defense is looking good. We got some new kids, some seniors at the D-line, some new defensive ends. All around, we're looking to be a lot more aggressive, to stay a lot lower of pad level, to be attacking more, come down the field more, and stop the run. Last year, sometimes we let up big plays, and that's what we're here to stop. We got to stop the big plays to win games.
Sir, thank you guys.
Okay, so we got Gulf High School and
Put Coach E on there. Put Coach E on there.
You're the alumni.
You're the alumni. That's what they said. That's your excuse. Oh, good afternoon.
Be smart. Be smart, guys. I'm proud of you. He's talking about you.
It's always live. That camera's gonna flash you off right now. They can hear what you're saying, guys. He ain't gonna say nothing stupid. Just relax, take deep breaths, and think about what you say. Mr. Nason, I was talking to myself. Mr. Nason taught me how to do this. I never liked it.
I'm not a fan. I don't like this guy. No.
What's wrong with Mr. Nason? He was just
No, I like it. Mr. Nason, I don't like this. Oh. Because he tried to make you like Peter Pan or something.
I did. It wasn't bad. I told you. I did theater. You did band.
That's funny. If I'd have known cameras would get Angel to smile, I'd just bring him to practice.
Person you know cameras would be used. They just tell us something.
Start off with golf. Remember this year, last season, the team went on 7. Obviously, you had a connection with golf at the school and a lot of the kids, that pipeline. Just talk about how the program has grown since last season with interest from players, the community obviously is tied in. Can you talk about just the makeover at all right now?
Okay. Is this on? Doesn't sound like it, right? Does that work? Okay. So since I've taken over, I took over in January.
the response has been great. The numbers aren't always what we would want them to be, but even in our spring game, we had about, I think it was 19 kids dressed for the game, but there was 27 to 30 kids there. There was a lot of grade issues, and when you take over in January, it takes a little time to get the grade issues, fixed. So through that transition of the spring season and into the summer, we've been around 30, 35 kids, and I would say right now at the for tryouts, we've been around 50. So we should be able to field a full varsity and JV team. From my perspective, I'm always going to want better for the boys, but I can't say I'm not pleased with where we're at. So the young kids kind of know how I coach. They've done it for years. They know the expectation. They know we're going to try to outwork everybody. There's no secret ingredient. It's just show up every day and work. That's why our motto has always been no plays off, no days off. But it's been really nice to see the older guys, and of the guys up here, only one of them ever played for me before. So to see them buy in has been great, and I'm just very excited to see what the season holds.
For AJ, you were at Hudson last year, competing rushing over your golf. Talk about what is the difference from Hudson golf and how the change been for you?
With people like Coach E, the change isn't a whole lot. Coach E's, I would say, out of all the coaches I've been around, Coach E's probably the most strict coach. He demands your excellence and your perfection every single day. There's no exceptions. There's no, Coach, I'm tired. Coach, I overslept. I didn't sleep enough, and you know what I mean. So to go out there every single day and to pretty much, you're going to get better regardless. So at Hudson, the coaches at Hudson are great. They're great dudes, great coaches, great kids, great atmosphere. Coming to golf was pretty much a family decision and a personal decision. I feel like with Coach E that for my senior year, being around a person that knows me and knows exactly what I need and to better myself, not only athletically but academically. So that's pretty much what drove me and motivated me to make the change, and it's been a welcome with open arms.
This question is for Central. Coach Gary, let's talk about you retired 2 weeks ago. You're going into the fire here. You said others are around 33 to start off. Can you talk about just stepping into the situation here from Cornerstone, just really, it's had to develop quickly for you?
Yes, it has. Well, first of all, thanks for the platform, and thank everybody for welcoming me here to Hernando County. I learned how to compete here, I guess. It's been interesting. We've been hired 3 weeks ago. The team has responded already, though. Our numbers even gone up from the 33 already, so they're coming around. We've got a lot of work to do, I can tell you that. And I think they're starting to understand that we need to be a little bit more disciplined, a little bit more organized, and hustle a little bit more. So, but I'm looking forward to it. Looking forward to the challenge.
What are the differences from coaching on the East Coast and then coming over to the West Coast? What would you say is kind of like the biggest difference you would see between coaching teams just from the start?
Well, I haven't seen any of the teams yet, so I can't really comment on that. But firstly, it rains in the afternoon, not in the morning. That's the difference that I've seen. But I spent 7 years over on the east side, so at university for a while, and then over at Cornerstone Charter. So we've competed against some good competition and stuff, and I understand there's some here. Looking forward just to keep going.
Question for Coach John. First year at home at Gulf High School now. Obviously last year was in blood, and you're starting the green, black, and blonde, the losing season. Our first impressions are very important. You started off the spring doing something like golf usually used to, obviously, you guys sort of touchdown together on 2 halves of spring game. Before you even took over town, there's plenty of G's for wanting you to be the man in town, that you are. What is the most currently like at Gulf High School?
What was the last part?
What's the buzz on the program right now?
I think with how the spring game ended up, and there's been some articles out there about how much money we raised, and I mean, if you just look up, there's a major change in how we look, period. It's been great. I mean, I think we still have a lot of momentum going. Obviously, we try to continue to capture that and keep that momentum, and that's why we spent 5 days every week, working out and doing our normal summer workouts. So for the most part, like I said, the community's been amazing. The school has been so supportive, and the kids have been great. So the main reason I came here is for the kids. So they're a great group of kids. They were with me at the middle school. They deserve to win, and hopefully that's the plan here going out.
Coach Jefferson, let's talk about the district you guys are in. So you guys handle Tarpon Springs, Dunedin, and then you got Clearwater. I mean, just looking at it on paper, I mean, it looks like a district that you guys could immediately compete in and be able to possibly, make some noise. Do you look at anything, in terms of games that you guys are eyeballing, or I mean, you guys see maybe in playoffs or something you do?
Well, we're always going to focus on the game at hand because a lot of times you get ahead of yourself. That's when you run into problems. You don't want to fall into any of those trap games. Fortunately for us and, what's going on in the program, we are very singularly focused because of, the track record in the past. I will say I'm very pleased with the district that we came into, including all the teams in there. I believe we can be very competitive, but I'm also going to tell you every season I walk into, I don't care who's in our district, the plan is to go 10-0. Like, that's just what it is. And these kids are going to work like we're supposed to go 10-0. So, hopefully that's what happens. That would be amazing, but we're just going to focus on the one in hand, and we have that, we have a nice little scrimmage next week, so.
This question for me. You were all everything last year for Central. I mean, at volleyball, you were on EMS. I mean, talk about what are some of the differences you're already seeing from Coach Walden and Coach Lee? Just, I mean, what would you say is kind of changing at Central?
I feel like our team's becoming more disciplined, and I'm becoming less of someone who has to be a leader and do more than I have to, and now I actually see it's like playing as a team all together. It's actually pretty nice.
This one's for Keyshawn. You came over from Fivay here in the offseason. Just talk about, you were at Central before, so just talk about being back over in Brooksville and how do you feel you can contribute on the defensive side of the ball?
It's like my football was back in Brooksville was with 5 years and stuff like that. But on the defensive side of the ball, defense and offense too.
Coach, just a few weeks back, but what do you think the strength, where do you think the strength of the team lies in time at Pasco?
It's a good question. We've been there long enough to really know our strengths yet, but I think we have the nucleus to be strong on offense and defense. Probably will have some two-way players. I think we bring in a different offense and a different defense than we're used to running. That's a lot simpler for them, quicker for them to learn. Just trying to make it simple so they can play aggressively.
Question for Angel. There's still plenty of questions left for golf. That's why there's a season to be played. Youth district, looks like what's one game on schedule right now that the team has circled?
As far as the team goes, I'll probably say Hudson, just because AJ came from over there. There's a lot of like rivalries and a lot of smack talk, if you will.
coaching grounds?
I would definitely say Hudson too, because that's the only team I would know that has a rivalry with us, just because of AJ coming over here.
This is for Coach Edwards. Has Coach Lemieux made his debut over at all? Just come around and help out?
Yes, Coach Depew he was around all for spring. He likes to refer to himself as a consultant, and he's probably at home right now. He's actually in Maine, and he's probably thrilled to hear his name on the news. So he's been fantastic. Obviously, I think for the boys, it was kind of fun to see because a lot of times they'd see him, and I mean no disrespect when I say this, but he's a crazy old man. And some of the things he does on the field are, from days past that the kids have never seen before. But it was nice for the kids because I feel like sometimes they would see some of the things he did, and then they'd look at me and they'd be like, kind of makes sense, So he's not going to be around for the fall. He will stop in for a game or two, but he's currently in Maine. So.
Follow up with a keynote. It's like a little bit. I mean, just talk about Coach Lemieux around in the spring. I mean, how was that out there? I mean, what kind of mentality did you bring to the team?
Yes, Keontae or me? Me. Okay. I'm sorry, I couldn't hear him.
He definitely brought that, I don't know how to say it, but it's like
enthusiasm
to our practices, and it's a lot of fun having him out there. Everything he does is just, we're all happy to see him, and great dude.
Okay, this is for Coach Lee. Obviously,
I can't hear a word he's saying.
Don't know strengths yet, but offensive philosophy-wise, what would you like here?
Well, I think one of the things you'll see a little different in the team. Based on what I've seen so far, we've got some team speed, so I think we're going to do well. We're looking forward to that first game. Getting after it.
And for you, in all your years of coaching, I mean, has this been kind of like the quickest turnaround for you to have to set into a job and then, play in the season about a month and a half later or 2 months later?
Actually, it's my third time. Hired at the same time, so my last job at Cornerstone I hired last week in July, so I'm used to it. Maybe that's why they gave me the job. Like I say, these guys they've bought in, they're showing up, putting in the work, and they're going to get better, and that's our thing, just get better each day. And I think we may just surprise some people.
Which school was it before Cornerstone Charter?
I coached at university, but you're talking about taking over the last week.
Right.
That was Luther North or Luther South High School in Chicago. I'm actually from Chicago, so.
Okay. How many years you coached in Chicago?
Well, this is my 36th year coaching, so I've been here 8, so do the math.
Thank you. All right. Thank you, guys.
Appreciate it.
You guys have had some guys come to the program, Darius and Adrian Ellers. Talk about those three players on you guys, offensive explosive players. Talk about what they bring to the offense. You guys already have, a slew of guys who bring the offense.
Yes, first, thank you guys for putting this on, and then I would just say, obviously, we've had a pretty good team, since the inception of the program, and we've made the playoffs and done well, and so we've been able to kind of maintain a pretty good, hold there, and then just having the transfers has been awesome. I mean, these kids bring something different to the table. I mean, I think we'll have, 2 or 3, maybe even 4 deep at quarterback, to be honest with you. I feel comfortable putting our first 4 kids in there, and that's including an 8th grader. AD coming in brings a different dynamic because he can run. He's going to be hard to bring down, and so I think that's a huge blessing. And then, of course, Trey coming in, strong running back. But he's going to be, again, he's a tough runner. He brings a different style of running than we've had. We've had a more of a fullback, when these other two, Andrew and Dimitri, have brought more elusiveness. And so I think that we are just deep all around this year. And so I think that we're looking forward to a great year.
And to follow up on that, I mean, you're missed. I didn't ask about the August 20 game. Just talk about that preseason game. Obviously, probably not your typical run-of-the-mill, first matchup, but for you guys, Zephyrhills, obviously, bragging rights on the line.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a long time coming. I mean, we've, for whatever reason, it's been a game we haven't been able to put together, and finally being able to put together, it's exciting to play. We're kind of the little fish in the big pond there in Zephyrhills. I mean, we have a total of 100 kids in high school. That's boys and girls. So, legitimately, in some respect, that's a disadvantage, but we have players that can play, and we have coaches that coach our kids up. So we're looking forward to playing them. And we expect to compete. We're not going in there looking at it like we're small or we're little, and we're ready. We understand that we're not like every other school in Pasco County, but I really believe we could compete with anybody in the area. So we're looking forward to that game. It's going to be exciting to see, who kind of runs the city.
Coach Charles, this is your second season now. You had a full regular fall season, summer, and whatnot to build up to this. How much of a difference has it made? How much of a difference has it made to have a full fall season and summer program that you didn't have last year now that you're going into your second season?
Well, we've been able to condition as a team as a whole and not to worry about the COVID things. We've had, in the past, last year we had to split it all up. And, I think that the best thing for football teams is that everyone stays together, you condition together, you practice together. And our guys have done a great job this summer coming in and working hard. So I think that's going to be the biggest difference that we can spend a lot of time together in the summer and work hard and put the work in to prepare for this full season.
And last year, you said you guys are young, kind of rebuilding year for you guys. What makes you feel like you guys can step forward this year?
We're still young. It's almost like a balance, It's like we had our fourth season left last year. We don't have as many seniors as we did last year. But the ones we do have are really be good for us. But our younger guys coming to the program, they're just going to come right in and they're going to do a good job for us as well.
Any big changes you guys have made to, kind of off last season with you want to improve?
The biggest change we made in our program is changing the culture. And that's what's got to start at. If you don't change the culture, you don't have kids that are willing to come in and put the work in, you're not going to be successful.
Okay. First of all, Andrew. Speaking on what Coach was saying, the Zephyrhills CCA game. You also improve that?
Yes, sir. We do have something to prove. There's been a lot of talking back and forth since we know the kids that go to Zephyrhills, so there's been a lot of talking back and forth. But we just want to go out there and prove to them that we're not the little school and just exceed and beat them.
And for Adrian, coming in, Coach talked about what impact you guys have on the offense. What kind of impact does ECA have for you coming in?
It's a different culture. It's a winning culture. The coach just want us to win. I want to win too. So I see this happening this year.
What are you seeing in ECA that makes you happen?
Say it again.
What is ECA, whether it be academic, spiritual, what is ECA really brought to you and really attracted you to be part of that culture?
Academics. Yes, academics. That's it.
This season, you guys are opening up the season. You got to play the spring game on it, but with a phenomenal turf field. Probably the nicest field in the county, maybe possibly 3 counties. What has that been like for you guys? Any of you guys want to speak up on that?
Feels amazing. That's all.
Andy, probably a difference between the field you played on last fall and what you're playing on this fall.
You know, it's turf, so turf burns and stuff, so that's different. But the field is amazing. It's nice to run on. It's different since last year we have turf, so it's just a blessing.
Okay, Coach. With what we have with COVID, hopefully soon in the rearview mirror, what you had last year, the preparation, the everything you had to go through, getting closer to a normal and having a spring and having a complete fall back. How does that help you guys get ready for this season?
Yeah, I mean, it brings the team together. There's obviously we can be together, so that's a huge thing. That we're able to get back in the weight room. We were able to get back on the field together. So I think unity and not only that, just that team chemistry and them figuring each other out. I mean, it was a challenge, somewhat last year with some of the restrictions. So this has been huge for us, and I think really we have. And I was telling the boys this earlier. I think that we're now at a place. I think we're probably fielding the best team we've ever had in the history of our school, but not just athletically. I think that the kids are together. The goal is common. I mean, we're not looking just to win games. I mean, we have taken on a very tough schedule for a 2A school this year, and we're looking to put ourselves on the map, and we're going for a championship, plain and simple.
You only lost 4 seniors last year, and you created 2 very quality transfers. The culture and everything. What is your outlook for it? When you see these guys bring the table, kids are coming back. What do you see when you see this group?
I just think that they're together, and that's been the thing. Through summer workouts, you can tell that they're together. There's no animosity. There's no selfishness on our team. The kids that have come in have bought into what we're doing. One thing with our coaches, we've been much more disciplined. Obviously, in the past, it's been some issues with penalties and these kind of spring game. We really cleaned that up, and the coaches have done a heck of a job. My son Mike has done phenomenal at kind of really taking the lead of the team, and he's more their age and brings a different fire, and they respect him. And Coach Spence, of course, is close connected to the kids. So I just think that we're at a different place completely, and I think it's unique because the kids that have come in have bought in, and they're ready.
And going back, one step back to the spring game, we've got to take 1 game at a time. So we'll just the class, take back 1 step at a time. You're at a level 1. Spence is at a level 1. What's it going to be like on the 20th when your kids suit up here, looking across the field, seeing that on the
honestly, for me, it really doesn't mean anything. It means that I started Cypress Creek Christian, 23 years ago, and that's my baby. I don't have any hate for them. I grew up and actually coached wrestling there even several years back with Coach Sim. I love him. He was my positions coach. Knew Nick. I know Spence and Nick grew up together and played ball together. So there's not animosity. The animosity is in that we have a chip on our shoulder because everyone looks down on you because they think that you're little and you can't compete. They think your schedule's always weak. So we have a lot to prove playing Zephyrhills, Pasco. University Christian would dominate this complete area. So if we can hold our own in the first 3 games, we're going to change the tune of the people in Zephyrhills and Pasco County about what our little school's doing.
Coach, outside the showdown coming along from you, what games here are scheduled for you?
University Christian is a team that has won the state championship multiple times at 2A, and not to mention they are in the semis minimally every year consecutively. They're just a phenomenal team. Obviously with Trinity bumping down to from 3A to 2A, they're going to be a team to beat. Chaminade obviously is always in it. But I feel like I really believe today we're the top 4 team in 2A. We're in the top 4 without question in my mind, but that University Christian will really tell us where we stand. So that game stands out to me.
Some questions for players. First of all, just in general, all 3 of you, last year you coached not having spring or summer. They look like you normally would. How much does it benefit you this year to have all those things?
Yeah, it means a lot because just being able to come together and work out as a team, it was a very important part of it because every good team just got to really work together to rely on each other, to be there and to work every day. So it's just simple as that, all there together and work hard for the same goal.
All right, this question for Casey. Are you going to be back quarterback this year? Are you going to be back quarterback this year?
Yes, sir. I'll be there.
How do you feel like you improved on what you learned from last year?
Yes, last year was definitely like I would say like a beginning, like me coming in as a freshman and then coming in as a sophomore, starting was definitely like some big shoes to fill. It's definitely gonna be a lot. I mean, it'll be a lot better this year for me. I think last year was more of a learning year for me. This year I hope will be good, like all around. So we'll be good.
You had most success running the ball. How do you feel you do with throwing the ball this year?
This offseason we've thrown the ball a lot. We throw routes a lot. We've definitely got more skilled people coming in this year than last year. A lot of younger guys are stepping up, taking higher role models. So.
Thanks for both of you. You had a great year defensively last year. How are you able to build on that?
I'm looking to do the same thing, if not better. Had a good year last year. See if I can do better and help the team win. We got a little bit different defense this year, but it's the same thing. We're going to come in and see if we can just play with us.
What's the difference in defense this year?
No, we just got some new guys coming in. That's all. We got new guys, so we're just gonna do what we got. We're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna compete.
And what are the defensive expectations overall?
Defensive expectations. We want a lot of turnover. We want to score a lot of defensive points. Our school, we've always been a defensive, dominant school, so we want to keep that culture going.
And Colton, what kind of expectations do you have for yourself this season? What kind of expectations do you have for yourself this season?
Best season of my career this year, and I'm going to be better every year.
What are some things you learned from last year you're trying to improve on this year?
It's way different than middle school.
What is it?
Just the players, everyone's bigger, better.
Coach, talking about the what's your evaluation in the district? How do you break down the district?
One game at a time. You know, we went to district game until I think week 3 or 4. So I haven't even thought about that. I'm focusing on August 20th. You know, a lot of people looking at our 1-8 season last year, and I'm okay with that. You know, we're just going to try to take it one step at a time. And when we get to our district game, we'll talk about that then. I'm more focused on getting August 20th, seeing where our guys are at, see how they perform that game, and see if the work that we put in over the summer is going to be, what I thought it was.
What are your thoughts being in the district with now? I mean, your rival team has also been one of the best teams in the state in recent years.
We're going to play 48 minutes. So I'm saying that's almost 2.5 months, 3 months away from here. A lot can happen between now and then. So I haven't even thought about what that looks like yet.
Is there a rivalry with you now, with it being so close by?
I mean, I wouldn't say not necessarily. I mean, we haven't played them in a couple of years, so I don't think there would be.
For Coach Smith, did you guys try to get a Wiregrass Ranch on your guys' schedule?
Have we tried to?
Did you guys try to use it this fall?
I don't do the schedule, but we'd be willing to play them for sure. I mean, we know that they're probably the best team in Pasco County, obviously, and they got the players to play in the depth, but we're open to playing whoever because we understand too that that's what it's going to take in order for us to, obviously get the looks that we need to get with a smaller roster and smaller squad. So we're open to. I can't tell you because I don't do the schedule if we actually requested to play them or not.
For Adrian,
It's John Travis, but yes.
Okay. Just talk about the offense. What is different from coming over from Bishop over to TCA? What's different offensively? Is it more spread looks or more first stop?
I wouldn't say it's a big difference. Saying we have more athletes. We'll definitely have more athletes.
Any more questions for him? We have the barrier back over here. That is enough for the time we come on the 808 time. Thank you guys.
Saturday. We like that. Love it. Y'all can commit, man. Huh? Y'all committing? Should I? Should you?
So, hey, so when you talk the other that mic, you should okay, what he says he's going to get back. So you want to run away from you, make it hear you, you behave yourself. So you behave yourself, you're not too good. But your word is out.
It's on right now, so. Which one is on? You hear me?
Okay. And that was low.
She's talking about. Shall I just turn it on? Which one is, oh, okay.
Okay, and just to go ahead with Wiregrass Ranch here. Fernando is running a bit late, so we'll go ahead with first question, Coach Answer. Speaking of that team, that's your guys' first game of the season. Talk about, just playing that first game. You spoke to me a little bit about the background. Let's talk about that time there. You used to be an assistant there. Can you talk about the time that you were there and how this is kind of homecoming for you?
Well, that was a long time ago. 1997 through 99, these guys weren't even thought of. But it was just a great opportunity to have an opportunity to coach and be a young coach and learn under Bill Browning, and who I played for here at Springstead, and gave me an opportunity to go there and coach some great young men. And as a career catapulted, I had the opportunity to coach even greater men in all the schools that I've been at. But talking about Hernando, and they're going to pose a challenge. And they got a great nose tackle that creates a lot of havoc. They're very skilled. So we're going to have to do our due diligence as coaches to get these guys prepared so that we can play and be a competitive game for week one.
First week of practice, what were your thoughts on the team just coming out of summer conditioning and everything?
Well, they know how to dodge raindrops, I can tell you that right now. But their resiliency to be able to adjust practice is probably the best I've had at Wiregrass. These guys are on top of being on time, being at where we need them to be, being focused at what we're doing in practice. So it's been a great first week for us, and we just hope that it can continue. And it's all about the senior leadership. Well, we got some great seniors that are providing that great leadership for us. And as long as they continue to do it, we should have some great things at the ranch.
For Robert, you made your commitment to Iowa State. Talk about being able to make that commitment and really just focusing on your season, senior season.
Yeah, so earlier February, I think it was, I wanted to make the decision early, get in off-season, get to work with my team, and, put in the work that we need to have for this upcoming season. I feel like we have one of the best offenses in the, not even Pasco County area, but Tampa area this year. So I really want to focus on that, help my players succeed this year, and help my seniors go out like me with a boom this season.
Talk about that offense. I mean, it's certainly been for the crowd. You guys, you got several touchdowns. Obviously, offense was definitely clicking. How much better do you have you decided for all 7-on-7s that you've been doing? And now you got week practice out of the way. I mean, how does that offense gel?
Oh yeah, the connection with the receivers and just the connection with my linemen mentally has definitely gotten better from last year. last year a couple of our receivers were young, they were new, and just coming off to this next season, we should be just that much better, especially with my O-line. We had a bunch of new starters last year, and so getting the experience they had last year against the Armwoods and the Techs and playing them again this year should be great.
And well, what you're on here, with the left tackle Christian, talk about him, just protect that line some years.
Oh yeah, I got all the trust in the world in him. I mean, look at him, he looks like a grown man. I mean, he could go to a gas station, buy beers if he wanted to, but him guarding my blind side, I've been friends with him since freshman year, so we literally have that great connection that we should have. And I trust him too, Tucker Schwab, he's my left guard, and they're on the same side, so they both got my blind side.
For the offensive line, start with Tucker. Talk about the offense. You guys are in the trenches there. Offensively, you guys are running the ball, able to pass the ball, multi-faceted. Talk about the work you guys have to do up front to be able to make goals, move the chains.
Well, I believe that our offense has gotten so much better within the last year, and continuing on from last year, we had one of the best offenses in the area, and this year we're only going up from there, and I believe we're going to make a run for the state title, honestly.
For Christian, what were some learning points you feel like you guys kind of took away from that perfectly correct game? You guys, sometimes these spring games kind of like 3 quarters and you get 18, and you guys pretty much toe-to-toe varsity for 4 quarters. Talk about that spring game and what you guys have.
I feel like the spring game brought us a lot of experience to learn from, especially in the run game. Our passing game was already there, and I feel like we just improved on that. And main thing to take away from was to improve our run game.
And for you, college looks, obviously I have guys like Rocco and Bryson around kind of help with that. What kind of injuries have you garnered? Obviously Rocco gave you a compliment, looking like you're growing in. That's how to get the attendance on the colleges.
Yeah, it's definitely grabbed some looks.
Anybody specific kind of been hard on you?
Main place I like right now is USF.
Okay. All right. Coach Amber.
Here we are at the year high school football, the year Wiregrass Ranch here in Pasco. Saturday, in those last couple of years, it's on the schedule in the area, so in those last couple of years. Is there any game right now that really stands out on the schedule for you guys so far?
CCC. You play guys like Berkeley and CCC for a spring and a kickoff classic, and how they compete at the state level year in and year out. It's a great opportunity for our guys to get ready to perform on the schedule that we play. We're not going to play people just to play people. We're going to play people that are going to help us with the competitive advantage that we need going into our schedule. So I feel we got not only the toughest district in 7A, we got the toughest schedule in 7A. And it's a joy to play it. We don't hide in the bushes and say, oh no, we're not going to play them. We're going to play them, and that's our motto. Put them on the schedule, we're going to play them.
Yes, sir.
And Rob, real quick. Obviously, it's a senior year. I think we can all mention what the program rules are for you guys. You play a lot, get that initial time out of the way. But what are some personal rules that you have for yourself this year?
Last year I felt like I lacked the progressional reads when I was dropping back, and so I felt like I was just looking at the field, finding the open receiver. And I definitely want to improve on that because going to college, I definitely have to have that aspect of my game to succeed. So, going through each route, each player, and just going through those reads, I think would help me succeed at the next level.
For Robert, you guys lost last year, CCC, Metro, Arnold, TPT. But those guys, CCC time, you guys current schedule, but of those latter three, which one would you like to mention most?
Definitely Mitchell. I felt like that was a heart-to-heart game. There's a bunch of momentum going into it, and throughout the game it was I felt like there's a lot of pressure on both teams, but this year I definitely want the revenge on Mitchell. So.
And same question for your teammates.
I would also have to say Mitchell, because Mitchell was a big game going into it, and going into the game we felt very confident, and they obviously let our confidence go down a little bit after they put up a bunch of touchdowns on us. But I'd say this year we're coming back even harder, and we're gonna beat them.
Just like them, I'd say Mitchell too. Mainly because it was the big competition of best in Pasco, and then for us to come out like that and not succeed was a real hit.
And this is for Coach Andrew. Just seeing, just speaking of them making a deep run and getting, just a step away from the state semis. I mean, you guys kind of like a similarly built team with a senior laden team. You got a quarterback that's tons of experience, someone kind of like driving them with their last journey. Do you feel like this team is primed for maybe a similar run through the playoffs so you can follow up on that?
Well, I hope they do. I mean, our issue is depth. And we have to practice smarter. We have to make sure that our efforts are 100% in what we need to do. But when you look at our district, we have to go south. And in 7A, that southern region is very difficult. You're going to face the likes of a Manatee. You're going to face the likes of a Venice. You're going to face the likes of a St. Thomas Aquinas. So you're going to have to play magical football and error-free once you get to those guys, because they're well coached. And I truly believe the whole state of 7A is probably the best football that the state offers. And you can up and down, from the panhandle down to south. That is the best. And if we're going to do it, we're going to have to face the best. We're going to have to beat them. So we are for the challenge. We welcome it, and we're not going to back down from anybody.
Okay. You guys want anything else?
Unless you have more for us. I mean, we're here.
Yeah. This last night, you coach entering the season, with COVID and everything, trying to get back to normal. I mean, what is the difference this year? You guys obviously missed out on the postseason last year because of it. I mean, what do you take out of everything from last year going into this year? How motivated are these guys to try to get back this time, be able to play a playoff game?
Last year was different for every team across the America. We've never seen that ever. And to have something taken away, these guys from the start in January was motivated enough to be there every day in the weight room, get after it. And we just hope that we can go through safely as we start a new school year up, and just to be able to avoid it. That's the biggest thing. And I talked to the team earlier today before we came up here as we prepare for school, and I give them that speech all the time. But this one, I'm like, look, if you feel you have to wear a mask, do it. If that protects you. I'm not gonna say anything, nor any of the teachers, nobody is. But you need to protect yourself, first and foremost, protect your family, and then protect your brothers that you play with. So they do a great job. They get in and out of the locker room. They don't hang around. They hang out in the parking lot where it's open air, and we do a lot of social distancing in practice. So we take more of the precautionary measures because of what happened. But they understand that they have to do the same thing when they're away from us. I wish I had a place where they can stay and we can watch them the whole time, but we don't have that. So we have to trust their laurels to be able to do the right things when they're away from us.
All right. That is it for questions from us. Any Wiregrass No problem. Next up, we got Wesley and Weeki Wachee.
Yeah, we met on the very first moment that we could actually practice on at midnight. Came in Sunday night, did some team building activities, had a meal, had a lot of fun together as a group, and then we turned on the serious flip at midnight and got into some practice. A lot of excitement. We had right at 50 kids, probably 10 or 12 kids couldn't be there based on vacation or whatever, but a lot of fun. We got after it. A lot of excitement. The kids were glad to be there, happy to be there.
For Joseph, talk about that starting practice. Obviously, that's how you start time for any kind of practice. But I mean, being able to start right at 12 a.m. How was your energy going into that? I mean, did you feel full energy getting that?
Yeah, it's definitely different kicking it off at 12 o'clock. But yeah, it's a great way. Yeah, especially at midnight. We were the first ones to do it in the whole area, and it was fun. Yeah, it was definitely fun, but it was a great way to kick off the season.
Just for quick on, you guys are going independent this season. Just talk about the changeover from playing condition play down independent. I mean, how do you feel about you guys just kind of playing more independently against other teams that aren't really district play teams?
Well, we're in a situation where we're rebuilding the program, and we were going to be in a situation where we weren't going to be able to compete. We have a very young football team. About 65 to 70% of our football team is 9th or 10th graders right now, and very young football team. Not advantageous to have those young men going out there and compete against some of the teams that we were going to have to play against in 7-8 football. So we worked on we checked in going independent, and we tried to find a schedule. It's not an easy schedule. There's a lot of quality teams on it, and our kids, they should have a better opportunity to compete. So it's very important for kids to have an opportunity to do that and to have some success. So if you're going to build anything, and so yeah, it was the best decision for our program at this time.
For Ian, see, when you're 7-2, I mean, last year you were playing running back over 300 yard rush. I mean, talk about that switch over from tailback, and now you're going to be on talk about so far, you guys just went through your first week of practice and talk about, how's everything shaking together heading into the season where you guys are going to be playing in that game.
I think it's looking really good. It's looking a lot better than last year. Way better shape. Much stronger than last year. And I think we're going to have a better season.
Hello, for Alejandro. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
I'm sure you're aware of the district athletics. I don't know if it could be a very prominent program. At some point, they had 120 district titles in a row. Now they're in a position that they've independent. Obviously, it's a tough decision. You have to be engaged with that program, even if it does need to go independent. But what is the vibe in our program during this offseason and into this season?
The vibe overall, it's been an amazing vibe. Teammates, we look out for each other every single day. Whenever we hit the weight room, whenever we go on the field, we always just look out for each other, just make sure that we're all okay, and we give it 110% effort every single time. And it's just a blessing to be out there every single day, especially going through COVID. It's just an amazing blessing to come out here every single day, get to work with this amazing team and amazing coaching staff.
And for Coach, obviously I'm running this history and the position to go independent. Obviously, of course, I did catch a lot of people off fire and everybody's independent, but it's necessarily never anything bad. But what was the community's reaction when you wrote that the program was to go independent for at least this school year?
I think that most of the people that are knowledgeable about where our program is now saw it as the right decision and have been very positive about it. Our supporters are very hungry to see our young men have a chance to compete, and they realize the youthfulness of our team. So I think the response has been very positive, and the election, those folks like to win, and they like to see their kids have a chance for success. And this gives us an opportunity to grow as a program and get back where Land Elections used to be.
Coach, Weeki Wachee. Talk about the away slate for you guys here on the schedule. Looks like pretty tough. You got Pasco, Satellite, Zephyrhills away. That was you guys playing postseason. You got Matrix and Bellevue. I mean, let's talk about the schedule and the away schedule. You got a couple far away games out.
Yeah, with the change in district and some of the teams reclassifying, we had to kind of search for some teams to play outside of our district. So we ended up having to go all the way to the opposite coast. But our kids are fired up about playing whoever. We got some pretty good guys returning. Our interior of our offense and defense are going to be pretty experienced and pretty good this year. So they're not intimidated by any of it. They're looking forward to the competition, looking forward to getting back on the field with some of the teams that we fell short of last year. So with the schedule is a little different. Once we got accustomed to playing some of the local teams in Citrus and Hernando County, now Nola Canto, Citrus, Crystal River, those teams aren't there anymore. So while we'd like to stay a little bit closer and more local, our guys are excited about traveling, seeing some different places and different teams. So yeah, we're fired up about it, and we're looking forward to getting out there and competing with some of these teams that we haven't seen before and winning some games.
I was going to say, obviously, last season, you guys played strictly within that Gulf Coast State conference. Being able to actually get outside that, play teams in Pasco, teams on the other side, Florida. Talk about
last season it was very disappointing to have to play an abbreviated schedule. A lot of work put in, a lot of off-season conditioning and lifting, and we never missed a beat as far as practice and getting in the weight room. So playing only 6 or 7 games was a big disappointment, especially our last year seniors, because all the work and no payday. Now, like I said, we'll take a couple of trips on charter buses. Our kids are looking forward to that experience and getting out, seeing a different part of the state, different type of football probably with some of these teams. We're excited about it. We're ready to go. It's been a lot of work put in over the off season. These guys are chomping at the bits to get out and play some football, put the pads on, and hit somebody.
How do you feel the team is with the offense? Obviously, year 2 here. Talk about where they're at. Do you feel like it was a much better grasp of that offense?
Well, this will be season 3 for us, for me here, and we pretty much found our identity defensively over the past couple years. But with a change in personnel, different types of kids that we've had, we've really never had a true drop back, pocket passing quarterback. So what everybody saw in the spring, we're going to be completely different. We scrapped everything and we're started over new in the summer. Right when spring was over, we reevaluated as a coaching staff, found a direction to go. That'll be no secret. After week 1, we're going back to single wing like we did the first year. We got the personnel to run it. We've had some interaction with other coaches, out-of-state coaches. Got this offense installed. We got the offensive line and the personnel to run this thing like, I ran it down south in South Florida, and we're pretty successful with it down there. So our guys have bought into it, and I think we'll be pretty successful with it.
And for anyways, where do you feel the strength is on this team? Do you feel like it's the offensive side, or do you feel like defensively that's the strength of this team for you guys?
I'm sorry, yes.
Where do you feel like the strength is? Is it on offense or defense or whatever it is?
I really don't know at this point what the strength would be. We're trying to improve everywhere. We've seen major strides on both sides of the football. We're still trying to find ourselves a little bit on both sides. We have some good answers to some questions. We've got some questions that we haven't answered yet. I think we have the capability of playing good ball on both sides. I wouldn't say that one side is any further ahead than the other right now.
I believe for Isaiah. Is there anybody who plays on either side of the offense, either side of the field, whether it be offense or defense? Each player always does have a lot of pride with you. What goals does the Olympics defense have for this year? Defense wins games, you gotta know.
I put both sides of the ball, so
How about you again?
We have a pretty strong line, I think. It's a pretty strong D line, and Jarvis and filling gaps and push the ball around to the outside and stop him with that.
Thank you guys. Any more questions? Coach Smith, just talk about, were you guys able to do the midnight start? To start off the weekend, talk about being able to do that, and Weeki Wachee as well. You guys got the midnight start. Talk about that idea behind that. I mean, where did you get that and drive from?
Well, I got that idea from when I was in Weeki Wachee high school, and before I went to Andrew and I had 26 kids. First kids came up and they were all dances that we had going on that night.
Talk about the first week practice. Just what are your thoughts, your observations so far of your club this afternoon?
Maybe going in the right direction. We did a different overhaul of offense. We had to get that out last year, so we had to change that a little bit. And so far, we've been pretty good. The defense was different this year too. In the spring ball, we went through all the
What do you feel like the strength is on the St. Louis team?
We kind of balanced. Not quite not doing the other games since the year. I think we got kids playing one way, but we have a few guys in both ways now, so we've got a team right now.
Sorry, Coach. Talk about it. You guys have been able to have a division every year. What are your expectations this season?
Yeah, we're excited to kick off the regular season under normal circumstances. We were redistricted this year by the FHSAA. Our new district includes Citrus, Denellen, Lakewood, and Leesburg. We're excited. August 20th is right around the corner. We open our fall classic at home against New Smyrna Beach. So playing Coach Wilkinson, a former colleague of mine, that's going to give us a chance to play against a team that's very well coached, and we need that experience with our opening half of our schedule. Three of our first 4 games are on the road, and they're against high-quality opponents in South Sumter, Villages, and Denellen High School. So, and that's not to take anything away from from Bellevue week 3, but they're trying to get reestablished under Coach Ackerman, and South Sumter, Villages, and Denellen are already well established. So it's time to get back to the real deal.
You mentioned starting the season in normal circumstances. How difficult was it last year to deal with what you had to deal with this first 3 games and not having a regular all season?
Yeah, I've said this numerous times, Chris, and I really feel this way. The players, a young man in high school, these guys are pretty resilient. It's the adults who screw everything up, and the adults who get paranoid, and the adults who make things bigger than they are. High school young men, they're pretty resilient. So I'm not trying to minimize the impact of what COVID did to everybody, but that's it right there. It did it to everybody. So. To say that anybody had an advantage over some others, that's I guess that's really a judgment thing. But certainly to go through spring and have a normal summer, and I don't want to jinx anything, but it looks like we're going to be able to kick this thing off under normal circumstances. So I think everybody's excited to do that.
Well, you got to follow up from players. How were you able to be resilient and face that adversity last year with this time of this COVID?
So we just went through our normal way and just kept working, and we just made it through.
There was a lot of things that we had to change to deal with the COVID situation, but we just kept going through it. I mean, we grinded day in, day out, day and night, just pushing through, trying to become a better team overall, and getting ready for the season.
As my teammate over here just said, we had to separate certain groups, because for summer workouts, one group would be early in the morning, and one group would be later on. But basically, both groups worked as hard as the other, and we just pushed through it no matter the circumstances. We worked hard and ran
not to deal with all that?
What was the question?
How much better is it this year not to have to deal with all that?
It's really great this year that we all have a group, it's a team, all working together in the same weight room and not have to do two separate times with two different groups. It's really good. It was really motivation for all of us.
And this is Pasco issue. You talk a little more about how you get into the district and what's going to be like.
Yeah, listen, it's we're excited to play every team in there. I think it's well known, and they've earned enough credibility with their development under Coach Harris. Denellen, I think, is the team that everyone's initially looking at to win that district or control that district, but we have a high amount of respect for Denellen as we do everybody in our district. But Chris River doesn't fear anybody. We're gonna compete. We're gonna play, and we're not gonna be beat by a team before the game's even played. And that includes Denellen, Leesburg, Citrus, Lake Weir. As I said, we have great respect for everybody. But if we worry about Crystal River and don't worry about those other teams, then that's going to give us the best chance to be successful.
How much is there that rivalry with Denellen to be so close?
Yeah, here's the thing. It's kind of, Chris. It's just factual. I'm not saying anything that's not factual. The whole first half of that rivalry was Crystal River dominated. It wasn't much of a rivalry. The second half of that rivalry has been Denellen dominated. We had the opportunity when I got the job, 2018. We knocked them off my first year back at Crystal River, and really thought that was the start of the reigniting of a true rivalry. And then the next year they, smashed our head in. So we didn't get to play last year with COVID. So this year is going to be back to, we got to see what they're about and see what we're about, and see if we can make it a true rivalry and not a one-sided for a period of time and the other side for another period of time, and see if we can, get it back to Miami, Florida State, Florida, Tennessee, back in the good days, and see if we can make it a true rivalry.
And players, you guys do that rivalry too. Is it like Cypress Creek or is it bigger rivalry?
Can you repeat the question?
Is there like a neighborhood rivalry with Denellen the same way it is with Citrus Creek?
I wouldn't believe so, but I haven't played Denellen yet.
Do you know those guys at all? You know those Citrus Creek players?
I don't really know anybody from Denellen, but the way I face it is we're looking to beat whoever it is. We're not just looking at one school, we're going to beat everybody.
Like he said, we're looking to beat anyone we play, but I have a history with most of the kids on the roster. I played youth league football with them, so I know most of the kids, and it's going to be a fun game to play.
Coach Smith. Talk about offense real quick. You lose your leading rusher from last year to graduation. Your leading return receiver, he was again for a certain passion rating. Just going into the season, what kind of expectations do you have for your offense getting going here?
Even though we lost our leading rusher, one thing that I know they still have our second leading rusher and catch up from last year. We went in the back and able to see their quarterback as well. We still also kind of know that as the season was easier, and he had the same caliber as come to us. Offensively, I think we're going to be similar to what we was last year. I think we're going to be more run heavy. I do believe that the big thing that hurt last year was turnovers. That has been corrected. Now we have a different quarterback fixing to move off of one next year, so it's going to be a well-balanced offense that I think is going to have different time to finish.
And then for Mr. Dobbin. We're going to talk about the South offseason at Denver. You guys are receiving core, you know, we were done last year, the team overall was down, but how has the offseason been with camp, workouts, and then more importantly, 7-on-7, especially with the quarterback conditions?
I think
how's your relationship with your board?
Coach Smith. So talk about districts. You guys district and with golf, target springs, and then Clearwater. Talk about. I mean, do you feel like it's a favorable district for you guys this time around compared to the last?
I would say it's, I think it's well balanced. Clearwater's in there, they probably have 6 more kids than we have, but they're in there. I look at the league and target and golf, and you know, all kids are not very fancy. I think it should be a very good competition for every guy.
For Jamie. Talk about the Anglo Tarpon Springs rivalry a little bit. Just, I mean, obviously, kids have gone, I mean, this is something that's gone on for years. Kids have back and forth between the two schools. I mean, is the rivalry still pretty hot between the two schools? Or, I mean, any trash talk going back and forth?
I would say the rivalry is still
For Quentin, the same, I mean, just touch on it. You were with the team, previously, and you talked about the Cypress Springs, Anglo rivalry, and obviously some guys know each other just from, previously playing for the opposite team. I mean, what do you think of the rivalry?
It seems to be just started like we played last year, and we played the year before. I don't feel like the game is all that big.
Good, I asked you this all the time, but this year, what are you trying to do to your offense?
Try to put the ball past the goal line. Listen, we don't try to hide at Chris River what we're about. We're going to do our best to run the football, take some shots downfield with play action. I guess I'm old school in that I still believe that if you run the football and stop the run, play excellent special teams, you have a chance to win every game. And I know in today's high-paced, octane, many plays that you can get in football, well, if you run 120 plays and you still get beat, it doesn't mean a whole lot. But if you run 40 plays and win, everybody knows that. So we want to win. However, we got to do that. Hand it off, pitch it, throw it, catch it, whatever. We'll generate offense.
What kind of expectation you have, going running back, kind of person for the freshman last year? What do you expect from this year?
Yeah, I think Joel Velasquez has a chance to be an elite running back. He's got some special abilities in terms of he can make you miss in the phone booth. He can put his shoulder down. I don't know if he'll win any stopwatch race, but I've never seen him get caught from behind either. So he's got tremendous football speed. We got a chance to be really well coached up front. We got some physicality up front, and certainly with football, as everybody knows, there's so many variables you cannot control. But in terms of potential, Joel Velasquez has as much potential since I've been there, as much as anybody since DeAndre Parker.
And you guys especially, you go quickly.
Yes, Zach Van Fleet is going to be a junior this year, and he's a weapon. He's a field position changer. He's a field goal, consistent 40 yards, 45 yards. Potential kickoff for a touchback every time he puts toe to leather, and he's a good little athlete. He's going to do a lot for us, not just on special teams, but he's going to add a lot of value to our program.
And these two guys go off that week now.
Yeah, these gentlemen are here for a reason, obviously. Starting from your left, working down. David Paul, number 4, is going to play both sides for us, wide receiver, defensive back. Have a chance to return some kicks as well for us, and really looking forward to having David put everything together, be healthy, and do great things for the Pirates. Next gentleman down, number 2, James Ayers, is going to play fullback and linebacker, defensive end for us. Really a great representative of what a Christian River football player is. Undersized. Again, not gonna win any 100-yard dashes, but just tough, gritty, and when he leaves the field, his tank's gonna be empty. He's gonna give everything he has. And both of those guys are seniors, and then the one gentleman we brought with us that is a junior is Reese Reed. We're fortunate enough to have him join our program a year ago, and going into his junior year, he's going to be the leader for our offensive line unit up front. Definitely, maybe the smartest guy in this room, including the adults. Tremendous intelligence, high caliber young man, high character, and looking forward to him paving the way for Joel Velasquez in a lot of ways.
And you kind of go down the line and follow what your expectations are for yourselves.
Expectations on the offensive line?
For yourself.
Yes, I'm very excited for the new season and bring to the table. We have some new O-linemen and improving O-linemen from last year, and I'm just excited to see what new things we can do and how high our ceiling is.
My expectations for myself is pretty much give it all. I'm gonna push as hard as I can push every play, drive the ball if I even get the ball. But
James will not get the ball. James will not touch the football, everybody.
But I'm just planning on getting better and better every practice, every game, every set game.
Planning on to be a big help to the team in the passing game and playing both sides of the ball, being a big help, coming up to make tackles in open field and interceptions, and doing my part to help the team win games and be better all around.
We're tapped out on time there, so thank you again for the first order. Up next we got Sunlight and Wesley Chapel.
Go Pirates.
Which one's the mic? What is this?
All right. Start off, Coach Wesley Chapel. You guys are going to start a little bit early. Next Friday, you guys had a rugby training game. Talk about, how fast is that going to go? Is that something you got for a few weeks here, or is that something that just
To tell you the truth on that, Pasco was supposed to host it, and they had something going on Saturday, and I think their, premises, their grounds were a little overwhelmed, so they asked us to host it. Coach Stokes did a great job putting everything together. We were supposed to have Anclote, possibly Atlanta Lakes come in there, but they had things come up, couldn't play. So Golf stepped up and decided they were the only other team in the county that we don't play during the regular season. So I'm lucky that we're able to get them to come out. We didn't want to play somebody for a half and then play them again later in the season and give away some of the things we've been working on. So we're excited about it. It's a good opportunity to knock off some of the rust from the spring, let these guys hit somebody else after 2 weeks of going against each other every day, start to get fights and stuff like that out there. So we're happy to be able to play somebody else and take it out, on somebody else for a change.
Do you feel like things are a little bit more during the last season starts at fall camp? Summer camp?
Absolutely. Last year, we kind of didn't know what to expect, everything with COVID. Just trying to get some normalcy really during the season. Wins and losses weren't a huge thing for anybody, I think, last year. Just being lucky to play football and get these guys film to be able to go to the next level was kind of our main concern and priority after health and safety first. So this year, we knew football was coming. We worked hard all summer. We didn't have the same, we took all the precautions we had to, cleaning the weight room, all that kind of stuff, but we didn't have the same constraints that we had as far as when we could be there and who we could have and how many guys and all that. So right now, we worked our butts off all summer, and we're excited to have, a normal start to the season and to be able to, not worry about a lot of other stuff, kind of get back to normal life, football, Friday night lights, all that good stuff.
Coach Porter, talk about the offense and Kevin. Who's your, leading rusher, and obviously the passer. Talk about him just for the kind of focal point that he is on offense for you guys.
So Kevin's a great kid. Kevin is the epitome of being a leader. I joke with other coaches one night. If I had 40 Kevins, I wouldn't have a job because he would do everything for me. He came in as a freshman, actually, walked in my classroom and said, "Coach, I want to play football." Never met him before. Have you ever played football? What do you play? I play baseball. What position do you play? Catcher. All right, we need a quarterback. We go try a quarterback. So that spring, this freshman year, he kind of took the reins from there. Beat out another kid that was trying to play quarterback, and then started as a sophomore, his old junior, so he's 3 years starter for us. One of the hardest kids I've been around. Anything he doesn't have naturally, he works his tail off to earn it. He's one of the strongest kids that we have on the team, one of the fastest kids we have on the team. He's a great all-around young man, great leader for us.
Question for Kevin. What do you feel you improved on over the offseason? What do you feel like you honed in on the most? 37-on-7 and everything else you trained?
I think I have improved on reading the defense and just knowing where I want to put the ball to be played. So it's a thing I want to work on going into this offseason. I also think improving on leadership is one thing I wanted to improve on this year. Last year was a rough year, COVID and all those circumstances. We were very excited for this year, upcoming year. We have a good chance to win every game we play. Thank you.
Is that maybe something rivalry? Is that still, how strong is that still? Obviously the White Bowl is always a big game every year, but you guys still feel like that's, pretty strong rivalry going?
Yeah, the rivalry is still going on the field. It's active. We're two schools going at it. We're not from the field. Off the field, it's a certain different thing. We unleash on the field, not off the field. Violence off the field is not like what someone does. We do it on the field. We prove how strong we are on the field, and we take W's when we play Mandalorians.
And so for you, Mr. Johnson, I know you grew up in a Summit household. The staple for Summit has always been on offensive and defensive line. What should we expect from the Suncoast defensive line this year?
We should expect big things. We have a strong unit on our defensive line. With Sean Hammond, me, new coming player, Jackson Pinto, we are all looking pretty strong. We have a lot of depth on our defensive line. We have great hand movements. We can do different things. We can stun. We can throw anything we want at you. Our defensive line is very strong this year, better than it has been a couple of past years too.
For Chapel, Mr. Harper. The ball's in the quarterback. You're the starting quarterback.
Yes, sir.
What should we expect from the Wesley Chapel offense this year?
This offseason, especially 7-on-7 wise, I created a good relationship with my receivers. I have all the timing down. I've been reading coverages a lot better. Our line has been working really good. They're big. I know they're going to be strong. I know they know what they can do. Running back Jalen Blake, he can run the ball. He knows what he's doing. He can hit the hole hard. We just expect us to. We're going to have a powerhouse offense. We're going to put the ball where we need to go. We're going to score. We're just going to run it down their throat.
So far, Wesley Chapel has not been one losing season. I'm sure you expect that to continue, but what is one game we have circled on the schedule right now?
4 or 5 circled on the schedule, I think. I think that, our guys are eager to play Wiregrass every year. It's a bigger school. It's a rivalry game. They're right down the road from us. We're on 54. So that's one we're definitely highlighting. Last year against Sun Lake, we don't think we played our best game. Week 1, we get them. We're really looking to turn that around. What happened last year, it's a tight game for most of the game, and at the end we kind of made a bad play or two. And I know that the guys have been thinking about that. Zephyrhills is going to be our first district game. That's a big game at home, and we really want to set the tone with the district with that one. I know that we're eager to get after River Ridge, where I came from. Haven't beat them yet. We really want River Ridge. Mitchell put it on us last year. Mitchell circled. Really everybody we play, we're looking forward to the opportunity to show what we got and play a lot better than we did in some of those games last year.
Coach, your tenure has been not the success that you hope. What do you plan to do with these guys in this squad this year to help take you guys, turn that corner, and be that playoff team?
Last year, people could say was our first year. We went to the playoffs. It really wasn't, because everyone made the playoffs. So I don't feel any accomplishment from that. We went to, we got Chamberlain. You could say that was bad luck of the draw compared to other people. We got throttled. We didn't do a good job. We went 7-2, 6-3, 5-5, 5-5, 5-5. It's time for us to turn that around and to do a lot better and make it to the playoffs and win a playoff game. That's our goal. I'm not saying we're going to go, Final 4, Final 8, whatever. Our immediate goal is to get to the playoffs and win a game this year. We think we have the group to do it. We have some strong seniors. Every position on skill is the best I've had. It's probably the best offensive line I've had there yet. And because of that, we decided to go back to what we did the first 2 years and be a more run-heavy offense. So I think that this year we're going to surprise people what we're doing. We're really getting out of that whole spread it out, get cute on offense thing. It's coming at you. It won't be a secret in a week, so we might as well say it right now. We're going to pound the rock, man. That's what we're all about.
Coach Bird, you had year 3 at the helm. Just talk about some of the expectations that you got. You guys are in a new district, obviously last year. The January got into the postseason, but now you're in there, River Ridge, Countryside, Fivay. Talk about this new district and the expectations you guys have.
So year 3, Coach Zach and I actually talked about this not too long ago. This is the first year we can honestly say everyone in our program wants to be on the program. The guys that didn't want to be there, they're gone. So we have We have 80 plus guys that are bought into the system. District-wise, we're excited. How could we not be? We have a chance to be in a district that is competitive top to bottom. There's no heavyweights in that district. We're all fighting for the top spot. We still get to do a lot of the same things we did in the previous district. Play some Hillsborough, play some Pinellas. So we still get a taste of those counties. But between us and Countryside, River Ridge, it's all of us. We're all Fivay, Freedom. We're all fighting for the same thing. We feel very confident that this year we will be competitive in every game and find ourselves in the game with a chance to win.
And how hard was it to kind of transition from coach driving to more, eye formation, kind of running down the field and kind of more a spread look of offense? I mean, do you feel like in your career that transition, do you feel like the guys within the program, obviously, one year, that they fully, kind of grasp that offense and kind of away from more of that eye formation look?
Right. So Coach Brown, he's a legend. I coached under him for 10 years. He had his way. It worked great for him, and he had a lot of success under him. When I got hired on, he told me, and everyone told me I could not be Coach Brown again. I had to be myself. And so I hired on Brett Hooters as our offensive coordinator. And that first year, we were a bunch of new guys learning ourselves. We were lucky enough to stumble across Kevin as our quarterback, and we have seen his progression year after year to the point where he understands the concepts that we're trying to do. He understands the reads that we want to do. He is getting to the point where defenses are going to be outnumbered no matter what they do. Because he's getting to the point where he can see that and make that adjustment. I told Brett when I first got hired, the two things the defensive coach that put stress on me was tempo and motion. And so I was bound and determined that we were going to be able to do tempo and motion. And so now we can do that. If we want to go tempo, we can. If we want motion and change our numbers of when to attack, so that's one of the reasons why we are so excited about this season. I think year 3 is going to be a full display of what our kids can do.
And do pass it over to Zeph. Would you say this team's more ground oriented after the spread, or I mean, do you feel like you guys are all kind of passing together pretty balanced, and do you feel like this team does better offensively?
It seems like it's really well balanced. Our team is stacked. There's no strong suit for our team, we're just balanced. Our offense can move the ball up and down the field. Our defense can stop offenses left and right. We are strong in every position we have. Our quarterbacks, our safeties, the whole offensive line, defensive line, linebacker, court, running backs, I can name them all. We are well balanced. We are going to be a powerhouse this season. I believe that.
All right, and for Kevin, what are your expectations for this offense? I mean, obviously the offensive line, being a strong suit for you guys. I mean, do you feel like you guys have more success running, passing? I mean, balance?
Yeah, we expect to put a lot of points on the board this year. Passing, running, either way. We expect to put a lot of points in, and we expect the defense to hold the other team to less points. And if we score more points, then we win. So I think we're going to have a very good year.
Okay. Thank you. No more questions.
You're here for a show. Saying good, buddy. Testing. Right. Hello. All right, there it is. Sorry, guys. I don't know why they had to leave. Hopefully they come back. Wait.
Yes, I'll start off. River Ridge Trent Hawks, third year of the help. What's different? Obviously, last year everything was different, but now this fall, I mean, you feel like it's a bit more normal for you guys?
Yeah, I feel like we're ready. We've been working. We had down here last year, not normal for River Ridge. But we have younger guys stepping up. They're looking good. We've been working all summer, and we're excited to get out there and show what we got.
Kind of talking about, like you said, last year wasn't really normal for River Ridge football, and you guys are currently, I mean, it's usually low numbers, but always expecting, postseason for. I feel like you guys kind of used that last season as motivation to kind of work after this offseason to get back to that.
Yeah, I feel like that's been in the back of our minds since last season, and I feel like everyone in the program knows that that's not us. It's been motivating us to get out there and do more and try to be better this year.
Does your brother get on it at all, saying like, what's going on over there?
Oh yeah, they give me stuff all the time. Every day.
And for Neely, we feel it's different. Obviously you guys just started practice, but what do you feel is different? What is the message that Coach Benjamin and the staff is really, harping on you guys about?
It's been hard because we kind of after last year, we're coming right back. And it's different this season with COVID and everything. We're coming right forward. We want to win all games.
Coach James. Talk about the offense. We did look at lots of games last year. I mean, fun offense. You got Dane and Hunter returning here. Talk about what these guys are able to do offensively that really makes you guys go.
Yeah, I think we're going to be balanced once again. We out wide, we got receivers that can play. For sure, we got a running back, Brian Lindsay. He's back. Expect a big season out of him. Our quarterback's back for his third year, so we're expecting a lot out of him. So I just think, skill position-wise, we're going to be okay. We got to find a couple linemen. We got to replace 4 linemen that we lost last year. So if we can do that, I think we'll be pretty successful on offense, and that'd be a pretty balanced offense.
Talk about this class 5A this tonight. CI, Cypress Creek, East Coast, Weeki Wachee, Chapel, Zephyrhills. I mean, you feel like it's a favorable district in terms of trying to make it run to the postseason, or what's your thoughts on?
I don't know about favorable, but we're gonna compete each and every week. I think we have a chance, depending on how the guys work these next couple of weeks and how we gel and come together. I think we obviously can compete with anybody on a Friday night. Last year was nice because we were 4A and we kind of got to make our own schedule, and that's not really the case this year. So we got to play some schools that are a little bigger than us, but we can't make excuses. We've got to go out and work hard at practice and go compete on Friday nights and see what happens. But I look forward to each and every week, and if I was going to play this tough schedule, this is the team I would want to have. This group of guys I got.
Talk about this offense. Like Coach said, you got a lot of playmakers, especially on the edges. How much easier is that making your job?
It really makes a easier job for me. I got a ball, I got someone I can get the ball to, and I can trust with the ball, whether it be any route, a 9 down the field. I can trust the Damien, I can trust Gucci, and not even that. Like I still got a strong receiver on every position. You know what I mean? And then I'm having more players that are transferring in, also from 5A, like Colton. He's coming in, and go back to Brian Lindsay being a really good running back. He's got a lot stronger, a lot faster, making better reads, and I think our offense can be very strong this year.
Coach has high expectations for you. I mean, how much of that are you putting on yourself here first?
I'm taking a lot of it to the heart. It's my senior season, but I'm not worried about it. We're going to ball out this season and have fun here.
Coach, coaches, someone said your program last couple of years before last year, obviously not what you envisioned when you grew with the program. But let's talk about last year, that's the point here. You ended the season on 14 weeks. Everybody made the playoffs, yes, but you went all the way to the opposite side of the coast, came away with victory. You can't go back and remember what you're talking about. How does that kind of playoff win do for a program like yours?
Well, I know Egan was here earlier and said everybody made it, so it wasn't that big of a deal. But it's the opposite for me. That's actually the first time in school history that we ever won a road playoff game. So we're using that to build off of. We're taking the momentum from that. Yeah, everybody made it, but we had to travel across the state and go play a really good football team. So, we got an opportunity to practice for a couple more weeks, which was awesome. And I think that our kids took a lot from that, and I think that we're using that to build off of. In the spring, I think that we use that to build off of. But, obviously winning a playoff game, I don't care if everybody makes the playoffs or not. It's a big deal. So I was very proud of our guys, and I think we're obviously going to use that to push forward for this season.
And for Coach Bones on the reverse side. Coach Long, you weren't on the staff last year, but everybody knows how the season went. It was rocky. Season did not end what you guys thought expected to. You've been with the program since at least the spring. Just how has everything been going so far coming to this season as the season's going to kick off?
So I joined the coaching staff for the spring of the season, and I'm going to be continuing that for the JV season as I take on the head coaching role. But I believe our off-season program training, we really hit the ground running. We had pretty good attendance all throughout. Almost 40 kids every single day, which, as Andy said earlier, really isn't like River Ridge. We usually have pretty low numbers. We really turned that around this off-season program, and we plan on taking that straight into the season.
And then for Trent, year 3, starting quarterback, you're now seniors, you're not sure. You lost all your skill guys from last year, but despite all that during the spring, it seems like even with the new guys at the beginning, you still have quite a connection with them already.
Yeah, I was with them through middle school and my freshman year, and these guys, they're all playmakers. They can make stuff happen, and all I had to do was get them the ball and then do their thing.
Okay, this is for the league.
There goes nothing.
You're leading receiver last year, 25 yards. Just talk about the connection you built with Hunter here. I know, deep plays. You were go-to guys. Talk about what you guys have built over the offseason. You guys get together, throw routes, get guys together, still player-wise.
We've been meeting up and just training, trying to find our timing together, and now I feel like we're better than we've ever been.
We expect that as offense pass-wise. Weeki Wachee, obviously, there's a little bit of run game, but in passing, you guys still, return all your key guys.
I feel like we're gonna have a very good throwing offense with me and Gucci, and new transfer Colton. I feel like we have a lot of throwing yards.
Okay, and for Tyler, just a follow on that as well. Let's talk about your guys' offense. Obviously, you guys return the both the strength players last year. Talk about the receivers and Hunter here a little bit.
Yeah, so this is our 4th year playing together. We know where we should be at all times. We know that at a certain spot I should be there, and I know that he'll get me the ball when I'm there. So we know exactly how we are to each other, and we know how to play. So I think we'll have a really good season this year. We'll have a lot of throwing offense, and I see a lot of yards going up on the field.
Did you guys know when you guys won that playoff game? That was the first time in one game in playoffs since 2005.
Yeah, at the time we didn't know, but we found out very quickly. So it was something that a lot of our guys haven't done before, and it was something really cool that we got to do. So hopefully we'll be able to do it again this year and just go even farther than last year.
After done 15 years, 2 decades, did you hear from community people, saying they remember the last time they were on?
Yeah, so Hudson is a small community, so a lot of those people still have an involvement, still come to games. A lot of the coaches on my staff played there. So we heard a lot. We heard from a lot of people. It was a very exciting season last year for us. It was crazy because of COVID, and it was different, but it was very, very exciting. And the excitement there is we're still building off of that. Our numbers are unbelievable right now, and it's just the support and everything is just there. So I think it's a good time to be at Hudson right now.
And you feel like, just you guys being such a tight knit community, you feel like it kind of has an edge over, maybe one that's more, let's say, metro or kind of.
Yeah, absolutely. So I came from a school in Marion County, and it was a little different. It wasn't as close knit. Like we've got third generation Cobras there walking the halls, So it's pretty cool. It's something that I don't know that a lot of people have. So it is very nice to be a part of. And the Hudson Tough motto that they have been preaching for years is a true statement. That the community is tough, the school's tough, the kids are tough, and it's just it's a great time to be there and be a part of the community.
And for where we're going to go to Trenton. Talk about the district. You guys are in there Friday, something like previous teams that I've spoken up here said they see it as a wide open district. Are you guys in the same mindset that it's just as winnable for you guys as anyone else in that district?
Yeah, we never know what we're going to get. We step out on the field, we just got to go up there and play 100%, and that's all we got to do. Hopefully we win that game.
Would you say you guys are kind of, similar numbers compared to like past years? Do you feel like it's a little bit, higher because maybe some felt like they didn't want to be around, trying to come out for football last year because of COVID, or is it kind of steady, the same numbers?
I feel like it's a little bit higher this year. I feel like we got more kids, younger kids stepping up, and with COVID last year, but I feel like we got more kids this year, and they're ready to go.
All right, we're all set. Thank you guys.
Thank you guys. Cobras.
pay attention to the details. I think that's the biggest takeaway between this season and last year is that last year we just had to have the ball and mouthpiece and something green. Where this year that we're really paying attention to details, and that's kind of been the mantra so far.
Obviously, I mean, you probably been asked a million times, what's the difference between Hillsborough football and Orlando? I mean, really, now, second year in, I mean, what do you feel like really is that difference between the two counties?
There's a lot of pickup trucks in the parking lot. That's probably the main difference. And some of the kids miss practice because they work and they work around hay. I wasn't very familiar with what we should do with hay before I got here, but evidently it's important. So we do have some kids that do that. But honestly, kids are kids. I truly believe that kids are kids. We might have more numbers down there, probably 65, 70 kids. We're over here, we're in the low 50s. We're not completely, off one spectrum or the other. But I think the magic number is probably around 65, 65. So that's what we're pushing for. But as far as that, I don't know. I guess I'm old school guy. Football, kids.
You guys coming off last season, you guys are able to beat Canto the postseason, and you guys fell to the countryside. When you talk about you guys are able to find success there last season, I mean, what are the expectations now and this season for the Pirates?
Well, I think the biggest thing, expectation is just to keep the continuity. Kids understand, what's expected at practice in the school building, as well as when it's time to compete, So we just try to keep that going. Just, we always talk about building character and just, sorry about that. We're just talking about, is it good now? Okay, I'm sorry about that. So, the biggest thing is just trying to keep the continuity, and finally having an off season was a big deal. I think not having an off season last year really, really hurt, football period. But, I think we'd have, kids like ours, that, they just need to be, you got to touch them every day, and I think just kind of jumping off the couch last year and going into football, we really took a hit, in the culture we were trying to build. So I think having this off season this year really, really helped, and just to build that continuity of character and toughness and selflessness and hard work. And those are the expectations, and the guys are really buying into it, and we're having a lot of fun.
And talk about you guys actually on your end of the season. That was
We do.
a rivalry, during the 2000s, but we talked about in the late 90s. Just talk about rivalry with Fernando. A lot of people that are old school, they would say that's the that's the game they like to see on the schedule over here. Is this something that you guys will kind of make more annual?
Yeah, we're really excited about it, especially when I found out that my buddy Earl, is there. We battled a little bit, me and him and his dad, when I was down in Hillsborough. So when I found out he was there, I immediately called him, and I just heard about all the great rivalries, Pasco and Hernando had, back in the day. So I'd love to continue to renew that, just have fun, back and forth, and, start to get the crowds, in there. I'm sure their community is a lot like ours, where they remember those days, try to get them out to the game and just have fun with these kids and try to get it going again.
So in the past, you wanted to bring a culture, specific culture to this team. What was that culture, and after 3 years, so you see that it has been established?
I think we're definitely on the way. I don't think any coach will ever tell you, we've arrived. We always talk about every single day. You never say the same. You either get better, you get worse, and you're always striving, for perfection. But we're definitely, night and day, different than what it was when my staff and I first got there, and we're really happy with the progress. Just the integrity of these young men, the hard work, the accountability, the leadership that they're building. It's carrying over into the classroom, into the locker room, and we're really pleased with what we're seeing. And it's affecting the young kids too, which is key to a program.
They do. You know, they come out a lot. You know, they show up to practices. You know, we see them in the community, you know, when we're out, you know, doing fundraising or, you know, community service and things like that. And they always have something to say. You know, they always, you know, they want to make sure that everyone's, you know, how's the team looking? How's the team looking? You know what I mean? Because they care, you know, and we want them to care, you know, because then they come out and these kids feel that love.
I don't know if it's time or whatever, but is there a specific game on the schedule that you guys have circled?
You already know. Nam Hawar. Yeah, you know, right there. They're always there. But I'm sure they got a circle too, so that's fine.
How important is that game to the school, to the community?
Oh, I mean, I've known about that game, you know, before I even, you know, even imagined being a coach at Pasco. You know, it's just, I think it was actually some service, I think actually voted as one of the greatest rivalries in Florida. You know, they get excited about it, we get excited about it. I mean, it's almost like, I mean, really, it's even more than a playoff game. You know, the excitement in the communities and people come out and, you know, the alumni that you see, you know, that they come out of the woodworks, they come back, you know, they come to the game. And you know, I remember we went down there and, you know, the trucks were lined up around the gate and the lights and the horns blowing and barbecuing. And, you know, when we do it at Pasco, you know, even though it was COVID last year, I mean, it's packed as the stands can be, they were packed. But it's just so much fun. You just feel it. You know, I mean, it just all around the energy of that game, and then the kids really get excited.
Well, you did get excited. Let me ask you, how excited you guys get the week before Zephyrhills Pasco?
Before the game, Before the game, the energy is definitely high. We always stay focused. We never get off task at all. We definitely go in thinking we're going to win always, no matter what. Always teammates humble as can be. We're working hard. No one slacks off. We always tell if someone's sitting down, we always have people humble, teammates lifting each other up. Not a single second we don't stop. We always all gas right there.
I guess this is a tougher than the Fivay which we were in last year. But I mean, our toughest opponent is probably cliche. It's us. You know, we got to take care of us. So we play clean. I don't care if we play Green Bay back. I want to play clean. I want to play hard. Limit penalties, protect football, all that good stuff. But you know, it's we got to build this. Build this up is on the schedule as well. And I want to Wiregrass. And you know, rivalry with Pasco is back. And we got Zephyrhills and Hudson, so you know, I wanted to get that schedule tough because that's going to prepare you to get down the road.
And talk about who's going to replace Dante Gates? I mean, do you have is it disabled backs? Is there somebody in mind that you have that would kind of be you know, per se workhorse?
Yeah. Jordan Williams is going to play running back this year. We got BJ to play some running back, and we got another one. Young kid at the state ready to go too. But the strength of our offense, probably our football team, should be up front offensively. Chris Tolbert, Hayden, and Jake Goldberg, and Colton Ashworth. I mean, we got some guys that can strike you. You know, that's the key. It's not going to make the football there, but I hate looking in the past.
For Jordan. Following up Jason, I mean, you know, you said that running back. I mean, you look back at what he was able to do within the offense last season, or you kind of just, I mean, how do you look at things?
I mean, it's kind of focused on me. I mean, he was a good player, but I feel like I can step up a good role, job.
Talk stuff for me. Feel proud.
And for Chris, Coach just spoke about the offensive line as the strength of the team. Talk about that offensive line a little bit. I mean, talk about pretty close in group.
Yeah, we are brothers, and we work out every day together.
We play with each other. They like little kids, and we just ready to work, ready to go out there and win.
And for Sam, you were the county's top linebackers. Talk about this defense. You guys have come back and feel like it's going to be even better for a year ago.
Yeah, I think the defense is going to be 10 times better. We got 3 people who graduated. We're going to come back. It's going to be hard to score.
Coach, so something about that schedule real quick. Obviously, this year is obviously going to be very competitive, but you definitely didn't hold back any punches when it came to looking at the district schedule. Zephyrhills Christian Academy, Major Coast, Fernando, Land Lakes, and then Walmart.
Yeah, I just approached it kind of like Coach Garcia said. I just wanted us to be ready. With this point system, I didn't want to take any chances. Win or lose, I wanted to play good competition, and I wanted to know our kids were going to be ready. And just get these playoff points. That way at the end of the, whether we're district champs or not, I don't know if any other school is going to have the type of bonus points that we'd have. I just want our kids to be competitive, and I just want to give them a chance to get to the playoffs. That's the end goal. We always say that the regular season is the appetizer, but the playoffs, that's the main course. That's what we're trying to get to.
Is there any other you want to say that you got circled, or is it just a one?
Well, every game we take serious. Without a doubt, and we're going to have to take it serious. To compete, we don't take anybody lightly, and this schedule doesn't give us a chance to take anybody lightly. So we're going to approach every game with focus and effort.
And for Ethan. So talk about the offense. Where is it at here for the weekend? How do you feel about heading into the season?
Heading into the season, I definitely think our offense is able to move the ball well. We've been working hard. We've changed up some things a little bit, but I think we're bouncing back right now. We're working hard every single day. Like Coach was saying, this year we have an off season, so we're taking advantage of it every second of it we can.
And for Cody, let's talk about obviously Pasco has a storied history. Is there something different about walking in there when you look up and it says 1992 state champions? Does that kind of resonate with the other guys and not just trying to get back to past glory?
Absolutely, we're just trying to be state champions again. Let's just hit people as hard as we can and get there.
For Vaughn, same question.
I think every day we go in the weight room, we put in work. We're a family as a team. We try our hardest to fight through the pain. It's mental. That's the key in your head. That it's really, really mental. For me, coach has a little session where we do GOC, and GOC will really tell who you are. Will really tell if you're gonna quit or not. Will really tell your character if you're loyal to Pasco or not. Some kids can't do it, but you gotta go out with the strongest. You gotta do it with the strongest.
And for Coach Garcia, obviously your dad
should have said rather 11 goods. Should have said rather 11 goods.
Issues that we're going through.
Yeah, there's a couple of stories over the next year or two, for sure. He's still coaching. Yeah, he still knows a little bit about football. He always gets on me. He said I've never asked him for advice, not once. But he's never asked me. We just want to come to one team, so I thought we got some catching up. But no, he's doing well. They're doing well. And we played actually 7-on-7. We drove our skill kids down there. It's been 2 weeks ago now. And we played 7-on-7, just us and them. And we had a good time. I think we got better. And I wish I could get on the schedule, but we didn't do it.
I was going to say that was actually the follow-up there. I was going to say you guys ever talked about hey, going on schedule that?
Absolutely. Yeah, they stayed up in 6A, we moved down to 4A, and it didn't get worked out. But that's one that would be fun for sure.
I was going to say, do you think that's something for next season? Absolutely
we get through this season, they get through that season, and I don't know if the classification will move again, whatever. But I'd love to even take a trip down there and play on the new turf, or they come on up the road.
Is that something that's being talked about? Still possible turf field over there, or?
I don't know. I don't know. I'd rather not have turf, to be honest with you. I like it because of the lines. You never have to paint, you never have to water, you never have to fertilize it. It's always the same thing. But I think if you have a good top field, I'd love to play on good grass and turf. It's high, and it's sometimes it can be slick. But now, if they want to put some money in that, I'd rather get it blocked.
Follow up on that, Coach Stokes, what do you think about kind of movement to artificial turf fields around the Tampa area, Steinbrenner, Leonard, CTA, a lot of schools are kind of transitioning. Is that something that stay away from Pasco, or are you willing to maybe get artificial turf?
We were actually just talking about that out in the lobby, and when you have to paint your own field, you say to yourself, "Oh man, I wish we had turf." Dealing all the time. But like I said, if you had the choice, a great grass field just gives better. Better cuts on it, and whatnot. That artificial turf, it is pretty. It is a lot less maintenance, but I don't know. I see both sides of it. If someone wants to come in and do a turf field, God bless them. For sure. But if I had the choice and someone else can maintain it for me, I'd keep a nice grass field.
Where's the strength of this position?
Honestly, I'd have to say probably the linebacker spot. I just think we got more of those guys than the other groups. But the other groups should be good. It's too early to tell. It's too early to tell. We're still learning. We're still doing basic football right now. Basically stance, start, alignment, keys. We're doing all that. So, defense is such an effort deal. It's you gotta love each other. You gotta get tight with each other because it's a reactive deal. It's an effort deal, and that usually it's just the best defense I've had in a real tight group. We lost James Perkins in the secondary last year as head football player. He's going to Monmouth, and we lost Sean Bingham, an outside linebacker. We lost the defensive end, but other than that, everybody just come back. Some of those guys might have to moonlight a little bit on offense, but if you can play your base defense pretty good, you're usually pretty good. You shouldn't have to trigger too much.
Thank you, guys.
It's hard to say right now, honestly. My personality calling the play sometimes, which is kind of counterintuitive because I play quarterback myself, but it's hard to talk myself out running the football, handing the football off, especially since some of the guys that we've had running the football, getting 4 yards, it sounds pretty good to me. I'm the type of guy that when you throw the ball, there's 2 things that can happen, or 3 things that can happen. Only one of them are good. So I don't know about pass heavy, but it has nothing to do with Fivay. We also lost Dedrick Hall, who's probably one of the best receivers ever played in this county. Losing him is a pretty big deal. But we have two younger guys, 2 sophomores. One of them is really talented, and the other one's a smart, gritty football player. So we're still going to throw the football, probably more than anybody else in our county. But I wouldn't say throw it a lot. But offensively, we're young. We're young everywhere. I think we might have 8 to 10 sophomores that are going to be starters this year on varsity. So it's going to be interesting. But I think you'll see more of the same of what we normally do.
Talk about this linebacker core. It seems like one of the strengths on this team of Brady. I mean, you got a lot of guys with experience at the position.
Yeah, we have out of our 4 linebackers, 2 of them, well, really 3 of them are going to be seniors. 2 of them have played quite a lot of football. But we have Caleb and Brady in the middle. Caleb, came in last year when our outside linebacker Chingy got hurt, and he missed every game since Hernando. So he missed basically the whole season last year, and so we had to move Brady to outside linebacker. And Caleb stepped in and played the entire year, so he's basically the starter returning. And then Brady was the second leading tackler on the team last year. And, our outside linebacker, Chingy or Fabian Burnett, he missed all last season, but as a sophomore the year before, he had a great season. He was in the top 5 in tackles. So all those guys are pretty experienced, and all of them are very athletic, run very well, and are able to do the things within our base defense that we need them to do. And probably the strongest part of our defense, and I don't know if that's even debatable.
All right, and Coach Cheryl, talk about this team. I mean, you guys returned a lot of talent from last season, playoff team. You guys ran up against a very good Orlando Jones team in the postseason. I mean, what's in store for the Bulldogs this fall? I mean, you feel like this group could be much better than last year's?
The kids from last year, including those kids when they're juniors, we made a good run. Orlando Jones is a good team. Now we're senior heavy, so the expectations have definitely gotten higher, and we're excited to see what we're going to do.
For Jackson, let's talk about the offense. You got playmakers here at home again. Can you talk about their first week practice? Where do you feel is at? Obviously, it's all 7-on-7 and everything. You guys have had a lot of time to get together and gel.
We're pretty good right now. We've been working a lot this offseason. We go on the weekends outside of practice and together. So I think we're going to be pretty good this year.
For Hawaii, you just offered recently Charlotte?
Yes, I just committed to it.
Just committed? Talk about you're able to get that committed out of the way, not focusing on your eye, but feel, other colleges come after you.
Yes, sir, exactly. Yes, definitely a lot of pressure put off of me, so I can focus on the team and where I want to be at, the double team, and for the playoffs and stuff. Looking at the playoffs and everything. So.
How good is this team? Do you feel like this is a better group than last year? Are you more talented?
Yes, sir. The offseason definitely, and we've been working together since all 4 years. We've been together, so definitely better, yeah, for sure.
Thanks. To the offensive side, the pocket game, what's the defense look like this year? What are the strengths that you see?
Well, Zephyrhills is always really good when it comes to the defensive side of the ball. But I think this year we're really going to be really good. Especially in the churches, we work really hard together as a group to make sure to maximize our abilities.
Okay, Coach Carroll, district played realignment. Any challenges you see? Any disadvantages you see with the realignment this season?
No, I think next year, including on top, all those district games, they're all must-win games, and those teams are all talented.
Okay, with
this question came up earlier today, the preseason classic. I'm looking forward to just going down the road and play GCA on their field. And this is a long-awaited game. I guess the community wanted to see. You're happy to see this in the books and something that you guys can strap on and go.
Say that one more time.
Looking forward to facing GCA in the preseason classic. It's the community that is really behind something that is going to see a game like this with these two schools, and now it's finally happening.
Yeah, we don't just play GCA, we play games with good old too. So we're looking to be competitive with both those teams.
Will the turf field be a difference for you guys?
And we played Cypress last year.
Okay, now with talking also with the COVID year that's not been as strict as last year, how might it been to have that spring and that off season and getting the fall started on time? How much of a difference will that make?
Well, with all these senior class, last year we started July 1st, and then this year we couldn't be on campus the whole summer. So these guys haven't really had a true off season throughout the summer. But we took what we could get out of it, and we spent a lot of time together as a group. We practice in the mornings and practice at night, from 7 to 7. So I guess the biggest thing is that we just got to take one game at a time and see how this thing rolls.
And you guys get to do something that you can do every year, but it's pretty unique. It's your Saturday Night Lights event tomorrow night. Talk a little bit about that, how important that is for your kids, for the community, and how much fun that is there.
Yeah, because normally the practice is always closed to the public. And when I got to Zephyrhills, I thought it was something pretty neat and cool to do. And it's just like the NFL teams do. They open up practice and get the fans out there. And so all of our families get to come out and watch practice. And it's the first day hitting, and it's under the lights, and what a better atmosphere for the first day hitting the contact.
Thanks.
For Ethan. You were supposed to have Paul, if at all. I mean, obviously, that was a tremendous receiver for you last year. I mean, is there some guys that might be able to, not per se, fill his shoes, but maybe halfway?
Replacing him is probably going to be very hard, but we do have like 2 or 3 people that should be pretty good this year.
You guys had Morgan and Sherman in the backfield last year. I mean, who's some guys that are going to step up there? I mean, because obviously, like Coach John said, running football is a staple of Sharks football. I mean, there's some guys that, will be in the backfield with you.
Christian Cromer, he's very good. And then Alan Ho's starting to play some running back, and we should be solid back there.
Okay, and for Coach Jones, talk about those guys, Cromer and you said Alan Ho's and really with running back. I mean, talk about the transition. I know Alan played a lot more on the defensive side, so having the transition offense and going back, I mean, how's that been for him?
Yeah, Christian Cromer is probably one of the best football players we've had at Nature Coast. He started last year as a freshman at defensive end. And he's about 6 foot, maybe 220, 225, and a lot more agile than you think. Actually, he reminds me a lot of Mike Weston as far as the way that he runs the ball and how nimble he is for being as big as he is. And he's gonna be very good. He's gonna be very, very good. He plays both ways. Hopefully, we'll find a way to be able to rest him enough one way or the other. But he's gonna be a pretty darn good football player. He catches the ball well out of the backfield. He's got good hands. And he just sees things very well. We just went to a team camp, and we're able to scrimmage some people full pads, and he ran the ball very well. He's getting better. He ran the ball very well in the spring too against Countryside. I think he had 140 or 150 yards on maybe 12, 14 carries or something like that. But he's gonna be very good. And then Alan Ho will also be a running back. He's very athletic. He was our safety last year. He's still gonna be our safety this year. But he's just going to be our next running back in. He's done a good job. He's got very good hands as well out of the backfield doing those things. So, those two guys together will do a pretty good job replacing Kenyatta and Anthony Treppin. They're just one of them's not quite as big as the other two, but Christian Cromer's going to be very good, man. He's going to be very good for a long time.
And taking a look at the district with you guys, I mean, you have Hudson, you have Weeki Wachee, but I mean, you guys look at Zephyrhills as kind of that other team in that district with you guys. You guys were both district champions last year. Would you say you guys are kind of like the top 2 teams in the district?
I mean, if you look back in the past, yeah, I would say that. But you know, every season's different. You don't know what anybody's going to have. It's different every year. And a lot of these teams we're playing this year are new. You know, in the past we've had the same teams in our district. Really, I think for the last 4 years. And so to be able to play some new people and go over there and play some people that are different and it should be fun. I think Zephyrhills is definitely probably the best team in our district, and those are the people we're gonna have to beat if we want to be champions. But obviously you got to win them all if you want to be a champion. So it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be exciting. I'm looking forward to getting this thing started.
Coach, one question. Obviously, how last season went for you guys, before you guys hit the field, you guys had COVID, not that your first couple games. Season started up, not how you wanted. Like 2 field goal kind of teams, lost the first one, but the second one really close. Never know what happens in there, you guys control. So about your quarterback, Mr. Rivera. He's not 6'5", not 6'3". He wasn't a starter until last year, but you saw something in him that said, this is our guy.
Yeah, he did a great job with his numbers called. He played receiver, and then we changed TJ and put him at receiver and put Jackson at quarterback. And he plays baseball. He's a really good athlete, and I just thought that was the best thing. That was the best thing for our team and for him, and to where we could get the ball back in some other guys' hands. And I ran the ball a lot more at the beginning because I wanted to make him feel comfortable. So the pressure was on him. So we rushed the ball, I think, for 30 touchdowns. So we ran the ball more last fall than we have in the past.
And then let's just talk about some team goals. Obviously, as a season came to the end against Orlando Jones. And although this game didn't officially count on the record, we know Zephyrhills was number 1, and you guys did kind of make a statement knocking out Neutron, but you did at home.
I can't say it again.
Zephyrhills obviously wants to make a case for number 1 in Pasco County in Suncoast. Although the game didn't count during the spring against Mitchell, you guys did make a statement by knocking on the high-power offense that they did have at home.
Yeah, our defense played pretty well. We were able to make some checks, and we got three big touchdowns on throws, and then we threw in McGuire from TJ. So we went in there, and their D line was really good, but they did graduate a lot of kids from that great team that they had. So we knew that they had plugged a lot of other kids in, and then we found ways to take advantage of some of it, and we put our best foot forward, and we put 3 quarters with them.
Coach Carroll, losing Tyree, I mean, how much more of a load that this game would have taken out after for you guys? I mean, do you see 1,000-yard season for him?
I mean, that's what we would absolutely like to see that. In the a couple years past, we haven't had 1,000. We're close. I think Tyree had 956 or something, and then he didn't play again I think it's the Pasco game he didn't play. But Jalen already have our goals, and that's definitely one of his goals. And then on the other side, on the flip side, when he gets tired, we got Willie Queen. He's developed. He's had a great offseason, and then in summer, in 7-on-7, and he's going to carry some of that load too when Jalen gets tired.
For Diaz, you're one of the top returners on the defensive side of the ball. I mean, talk about this defense that you guys got. You and McGuire obviously headed up. I mean, how good is this group?
Well, personally, I think this is one of the best defenses I've played on, since I've played football. I think it's more because we built a brotherhood out as Zephyrhills. We worked all last year, and right after the Jones game, on Monday we went back to work, and we just been working with each other to build friendship. We hang out outside of practice, we work out outside of practice. We worked out during school. We just sitting on our own, just making sure like we all have the same goal, which is to win the football game. And then going out on warm-ups or whenever the game first starts or when I go to the coin toss and all that, and turn around and seeing all our fans and family out there, it really feels really good.
Coach, you and I were talking about, Coach Carroll, you and I were talking about age kids you have out this year. You could have brought anybody with you. Why did you bring these three guys?
Because Jackson is the guy that has the lead on offense. Theodis is the leader in the middle, and McGuire is also the leader on both sides of the ball. And I think these guys display what it takes to be great. And they've done a great job of working on off seasons. And they trust the process. And I like to have some other guys here, so these aren't the only three I'd like to bring. So we've got to change it.
We're touching on defenses here. Talk about age groups for defense. And obviously, that linebacking core, like Coach said, three guys, senior guys. Can you talk about how good that front seven is, especially with you guys being with the experience you got?
So our front four, most of those front four played last year. They were subbed in last year, so they're used to the atmosphere of playing on that level. In our linebacking core, Caleb played last year a lot. Cheney was hurt last year, but he played his sophomore year. And then we have another outside linebacker who just played up, but he's been playing. So our front seven, our front eight should be very strong. We're all used to playing. Everyone, we have a great atmosphere, and we've all played together younger. So, and even our secondary is really good with Allen back there. We have two corners that are young, but they've really getting the hang of playing and being a part of the team. So we're looking really strong on defense.
Coach, you mentioned you guys probably sort of 8 or 10 sophomores. I mean, these guys were freshmen last year. They're obviously asking a lot of questions probably. I mean, would you guys say these guys come this fall to step out there and be starting next side by side with you?
It really helped with having the whole offseason in the spring and lifting. So they're not nervous anymore. They understand, and they're used to playing. Like they've been lifting with us in spring, doing 7-on-7 with us. So they're prepared for what's like for a full season, a full all 10 games, like full like games. You know what I mean? So they're excited to play, and they're having a great time. Like getting ready and all that. So.
All right. All right, we're all set. Thank you guys.
We hope that you enjoyed tonight's live coverage. Go ahead and toss us a like, hit that subscribe button. Don't miss any of the upcoming action on the Gulf Coast Sports Network, including our live broadcast for the 2021 football season. For Wild Bill Lizer working the other station tonight, I'm Will Wilkie. We'll see you next time.